To order. This is a Town of Miami Lakes Economic Development Subcommittee meeting to discuss and coordinate the upcoming small business boot camp for September. The purpose of this meeting is to try and get as much of a format as possible, a working format so we can build on, right? You want to call roll?
Yeah, I can call roll. So we have Matthew here.
Yep.
We have Carlos here. There's no order of business. Well, is there any additions or deletions you guys want to?
Not to my knowledge. The only thing I added is an email document I sent to myself, which I copied to give everybody an idea of some of the limited scope of what I could pull up of some of the resources available through miamidade.gov. And there's a lot more that's available, but I just picked these two items based on what was discussed in the Bank United meeting. Okay.
So that's fine. I don't think it has to be added to the order of business.
Okay.
The order of business is just a discussion. But thank you for this. So
Okay.
I can get this to the clerk's office.
All right.
No public comments. I think we're good to talk.
All right. Can we start?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so let's, officially begin a discussion of the different components we're gonna need to put this boot camp together. So let's just go over the obvious, right? We have set a time and a date of September what?
22nd.
Which is what day?
That's a Friday.
Okay, 23. Friday, and the time is,
But it says on the agenda 10 to 12.
what
Which
does it
sounds
sound
about right to me. 10 to 12.
12, okay. So this week, we are going to have it between 10 to 12. We want this to start exactly at 10.
Right.
And it may end after 12, right?
Right.
Okay, and the venue,
Chambers, council chambers.
okay, Town of Miami Lakes Council Chambers, okay. And then,
What's the capacity?
yeah,
The capacity of council chambers is some, well, for bingos, we put about 120. I think a safe one could be like 100 to say about.
look, I believe as a sidebar here that if we get 100 attendees, this is a home run.
No,
Yeah, that would be so, yeah.
That would be all
Right,
right.
if we get 30 or 40, it would be
I'd still
great.
consider that good.
That's that's a manageable number,
And
right?
I think it's very doable.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, and then I understand that there is going to be some kind of refreshments or food or something.
Yeah, that would be the ideal, since we don't have.
That's what Jessica said she was gonna help with, right?
Yeah, at least on my end.
Company.
Could we do it in the same chambers or it has to be outside of the chambers?
We have like.
Yeah, instead of having
Yeah,
people
no, that's
move out,
fine.
can we have it there?
Yeah, what we do is we can decide on a layout that would suit the kind of event, like we have,
Like,
I think we've done tall tables
like a
before.
buffet type thing.
Right,
Yeah,
or it could be, simple tables that, face the TVs, it could be. I don't wanna get too crazy because I think it would cost more. But like, again, the high top tables where it's more like mingling and, people carry
That's
around.
US Central Bank is doing that, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So we've got the date, we've got the time, we've got the venue. We kind of discussed what the amount of people, if we can get, which manageable. We also confirmed food and beverage US Century, which she will then, I guess, officially confirm to us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's really get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. Let me bring your attention to the to the agenda that was.
Hey guys.
Thank you, Romy. Let it be known that Romy is in attendance.
Thank you.
We've been here since 4 o'clock, wait.
You have not been here since 4. I know that's not true.
All right, so just to do a quick, are we expecting anybody else?
Yeah. I don't think so, no.
All right, so Romy, let me just do a quick recap here, okay? This is obviously a subcommittee to really nail out the details and the format and the agenda for an upcoming small business boot camp to be sponsored by the town of Miami Lakes and Economic Development Committee, right? So what we did, we went over the obvious, the target date is a Friday, September 22nd, between 10 and 12. The venue is going to be at the town of Miami Lakes, Town Hall Chambers. Has a capacity of about 100. We're talking if we get 30 or 40 people, we'd be happy with that type of turnout, right? We also put on here that per Jessica, US Century was willing to provide whatever food and beverages, like a buffet type thing, after the presentation, when we kind of mingle with the people, right? And the idea is for this thing to start on time at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So looking at a 2-hour presentation, okay? So when you came in, I want to go over the agenda that we had used or they had used in the prior boot camp that Bank United did. So again, it was a 10 to 12 type venue. I think the last people actually left our campus at about 1:30. We had the same setup in the morning. We actually had like a continental type breakfast setup, coffee, juice, on whatever pastries available to the people before the thing started. So maybe they're coming in earlier. They can have access to that. So that's just a thought, right? Registration and breakfast. The registration would be really either a business card in a punch bowl if we have one. And maybe Bank United could throw in a gift basket. So we'll just put in here, Bank United would provide a gift basket to be raffled after, right? After the event. That way they stick around. Cool. We have the business cards to follow up. We do the raffle, we take pictures, and call it a day there, okay? To provide gift basket, okay? Okay, so going back to this thing here. This was a very informal type setting, right? So let me just go over it real quick here. Our senior people, 10:30, 10:35, was there to welcome the people. Do like a warm introduction, a little bit about the bank. We had about 40 attendees, of which about 35 were women business owners, right? So this was more of a focus towards minority business and women business owners, okay? So the program, it says here it begins at 11. We can do ours a lot quicker. The introductions doesn't have to take half an hour or so, right?
Yeah.
So basically we would then introduce the individuals participating. Now, the way this was set up within the bank, it wasn't really a formal panel per se. It was introducing Danilo Vargas, Small Business Innovation Manager, and he talked about an entity within Miami-Dade Gulf called Strive 305, right?
Okay.
Which is a small business incubator, right? And a lot of this stuff is on the Miami-Dade Gov website. The Strive 305 program is designed to accelerate the growth of small businesses countywide and support budding entrepreneurs as they launch and grow new businesses, right? So it provides a lot of different services, right? So let's, before we even get into who is going to be there,
Yeah.
may I suggest we discuss the profile or who should be attending and what we hope they can get out of it. Right? So I can go first. We're looking really to attract obviously small businesses, but businesses within a recent time frame in their business life, right? So I don't think a business, I'm just throwing this out, right?
Like,
Somebody that's been in business 15 years, has a full account CPA, you know what I'm saying, trademark, whatever. Like an AC Graphics may or may not get something out of this because you guys have a mature business. I think this should be for people that are relatively new to business,
Relatively green and.
relatively green. Maybe the businesses are 2 years old. And they need access to resources. And I hope Jessica was here because she was the one that made contact, I think, with SBDU and FIU.
yeah,
right?
the FIU SBDC.
Right,
Small
okay,
Business
so, okay,
Development.
all right.
And you-
FIU, SBDC, and I think she made contact with Prospera, right?
Yeah.
I made contact with Miami-Dade Gov. And you have contact with
The Greater
Greater
Miami.
Miami Chamber of Commerce. Okay, so let's talk about, what are your thoughts about attendees? Romy, what do you think?
I think it's good for startups, so we should market it to startups, right? That would be the word that we're looking for. And realistically, the sponsors or the speakers that we have, Prospera, FIU, the program with Greater Miami Chamber, Matt, what do they offer? Do they offer like business?
I don't know
lending?
exactly.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Because
They're still
that's-
trying to figure out.
That's what I think we should target, depending on what these guys that are gonna be sponsoring and speaking at the event offer, that's what we should look for.
Yeah.
So Prospera, I know offers, opportunity for, startup funds. FIU, I'm not super familiar with it, but I know it's a business incubator, so I would imagine that there's an opportunity there for resource, like for money, for.
Yeah, so just interrupting you,
Mhm.
what I know with the FIU SBDC. Similar to SCORE per se,
Mhm.
so they have a whole menu of individuals that will provide a small business or a startup business with consultation on accounting, cash flow, business plan, okay, marketing, a tax structure, whatever is needed by that small business. They have people that can work with them, either one-on-one or workshops or stuff like that. So that's SBDC, right?
One-on-one.
Prospera is very simple, similar, Romy.
Mhm.
They do the same thing, but they also have more intense stuff like grants and stuff like that, right? Miami-Dade Gov, they have their own incubator programs. They also have a department that provides grants to small business on a competitive basis. So 100 businesses may apply, maybe only 2 will get a grant, right? And then they'll get feedback as to what the deficiency is, right?
Right.
So the only thing we don't know is what the Greater Miami is gonna bring to the table. So I guess we should put who from each entity, right? Who? And then what are they gonna be talking about, right? The who and the what. Any comments, guys, regarding, regarding potential audience, potential participants in this? Matthew, anything, you got anything on that?
Not necessarily on my end. Like I said, for me, it's really just the Greater Miami Chamber that I've been in contact with.
Right.
And I just want to give them a little bit more background to get more from them, you know, because
Okay.
I think they were in the early stages of what they were trying to figure out too. So,
What do you think about a target audience for this type of,
I think what you guys were saying was pretty much on the money. We want somebody that's like startups,
Startup,
1
yeah.
to 5 years of business.
Right.
That's looking.
Startup
the
looking to
most.
grow,
Yeah.
startup looking to grow. What this is not is an owner only. Because owner only, like, I mean,
It's
you,
perspective.
right, like owner only, I mean, they're typically not in the mindset that, yeah, who wouldn't want free money, but realistically, an owner only, doesn't have that many expenses. So we, what we're looking for is startups, looking for growth, that they want to add employees, because that's really where you're gonna get the best funding. Usually any kind of free money for startup business requires you to employ someone, because if not, the money's just for you.
so
Yeah.
we would be startup or businesses less than 3 years old,
Okay.
looking to grow, to
Mhm.
add employees
Mhm.
or to grow their business, because keep in mind, this is just not grants, this is technical support.
Yeah, resources and all that. Yeah, that's the main
Resources.
thing.
And I'm a small business person, but something, I don't have the time or the resources to sit down with somebody to do a 4-year projection or do
Right.
cash flow or budgeting or stuff like
It's
that.
access resources.
Right, access and resources.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to think, the marketing side of
Yeah.
it, the buzzwords. So-
Learn about access
Like
and
startup,
resources available. you know?
anything new, because we want perspective as well, like, we want.
One.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, say it, say it.
A couple of things that I think, right? So one of the things is first to understand what the main objective is, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that the main objective is to tell the people from other cities or the ones that are already in Miami Lakes that we provide those resources for them to invest and be in Miami Lakes, right? Or not. That's my
That's-
first question. Because
Okay.
I think that the main idea is to figure it out how to bring more businesses or support the businesses that are here.
I think it could be both, but
Yes.
what I've heard from the committee, it's more of
Re-
second, which is
Resources.
bringing up what is kind of already here, either people that want to break into it or
I mean,
just started.
let's think about that, because none of what's actually being offered is provided by Miami Lakes. The only thing that Miami Lakes is offering is the venue, and we're creating this workshop, right? So the point of the Economic Development Committee is to offer, to foster an environment of growth, if I believe is what's in our mission statement, right? So that being said, what can we do for Miami Lakes? I think our target audience should be startup businesses in Miami Lakes.
Right.
But I think the event, more than anything, what we're looking to achieve is to get our name out there, right? We're looking to get our name out there by putting together the event that is it's not exclusively for people in the town of Miami Lakes. Because these resources are available to anybody. This is FIU, this is Miami-Dade, this is Propera, which is in Orlando. This is all over the place, but we're hosting it.
No.
So we're the ones feeding it to you on a silver platter. So, what are we looking to get out of it? We're looking to get name recognition, followership on social media. Sure, maybe we're gonna get someone that's from West Kendall, que jamás en su vida has plantado pie in Miami Lakes, and he's gonna travel 30 minutes to come to Miami Lakes and then see what a cool place this is, and then we'll attract
So,
more
yeah.
visitors, more foot
So you're
traffic.
saying, more
know?
simply, it's to be the venue
Correct.
for the discussion.
Yeah, and
Correct.
the way I look at it is this, the venue for all the same reasons, right? But I'm looking at this, at least from my perspective, with what I've experienced with these people. This is a venue to inform the business owners and the business community that shows up, that these are the resources available to you to help you grow your business or provide you with assistance in your business, right? Technical assistance, learning how to work, do grant writing, maybe how to apply for a grant per se, right? This is more of this is a resources, venue here. This is a resources venue, yes. Visual appeal, town of Miami Lakes, people coming in, yeah, but the secondary benefit, right, so secondary benefit would be maybe somebody wanna open a business here.
Sure,
But the
yeah.
primary thrust is
Providing the knowledge.
providing the knowledge. So here are the 5 entities that we believe are relevant. Here are the individuals from these 5 entities. Here's what they do within their respective departments. Here is their contact information, right? So when they leave here, they'll know, well, there is who, what, you know, and a contact number, so they're gonna be able to follow up and stuff like that. That's my thought process on it. That's what I was thinking, you know? And I mean, the way these guys put it together, everybody basically put 15-20 minutes
Mhm.
in a presentation, right? Each of them is 15-20 minutes. Right? And then they either took questions directed at them for that specific area. For example, Strive 305, after he made his presentation, there might be questions regarding that program, and it just goes all the way down. Okay. So that's basically what it boils down to. So the question really is, we know the market we want, right? We have the venue, we've got the time, we've got the date. We've identified some entities. Right? So the question is, what do we want to tell the people? What do we want to bring? That's my thought, the next thought.
How many people do we have? We have FIU, Prospera, Miami-Dade, and who else?
Okay, I have it here as FIU SBDC, that's 1.
Mhm.
Yep. Prospera is 2, Miami-Dade is 3, Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce is 4, and I think 4 is good
Yeah.
for a 2-hour venue.
The only thing I can think of maybe as a 5th would be if you wanted to focus more on the Miami Lakes thing and have like a Miami Lakes resources.
Oh, I was gonna say
I think-
us.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say us, so you should be on the panel, somebody should be on there, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking off of me.
Or you make a point, or Fred representing the business.
Yeah, just somebody from Miami
chamber.
Lakes, I figured.
Mr. Senator, as a president, can you tell me why I should think of doing business in Miami Lakes? That's a lead-on question. Well, we think it's because of this is what we have here and stuff. Like, we have a very active chamber, we have a very active EDC, you should be up there too, right? Whatever, you know, but I mean, look, the focus is on these 4 people.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do they bring? What are they bringing here? My guy can do, not my guy,
We knew this.
you know what I'm talking about. Danilo Vargas, Scribe 305. And then there is another place called Biz Up, where they have different entities within there. And then the SBDC comes in and talks about the resources they have, right? Same thing, Prospera. So I guess we have the people, FIU SBDC, Jonathan, we have Prospera, we have the Miami-Dade.gov, 2 presenters from there. And we have the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce that Matthew's gonna figure out what they're gonna bring.
Yeah, what exactly.
Yeah, do we know from Miami-Dade, there's 2 people? Do they have like a specialty, each one of them?
Yes, they do. And you know, I didn't bring my file, unfortunately, with the emails.
Would you have sent me the emails that I may be
Wait a
able to?
minute, maybe I do have it here. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm not, no. That's my big report I had to give today.
Mhm.
I had to do a stand and deliver. What have you done for me?
Nice.
The first 6 months of the year. It's in your emails. The lady responded where she sent us an invite for a meeting to coordinate, and I think 2 of us of this organization should, or 2 or 3 of us, or all of us should be on that, call, on that Zoom. Call.
I would say, I mean, I know you guys had two people
From Dave.
here.
Right.
No, I'm saying, when your program, you guys had 4 people, excuse me. You guys had 4 people in your program at Bank United. I don't think we should push our panel beyond 4, because if this is only a 2-hour event,
Yeah.
then that just gives them 15 minutes
Yeah,
each to
Well, yeah,
present. You know what I mean, like,
So
and people
four is
never
good,
speak
4 is
within,
good.
yeah, I think 4 is good.
FIU, Prospera, Miami-Dade, and Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I think we have a little spot for the Miami Lakes representatives to say it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think,
Yeah.
I
like
think
maybe
that's,
just answer questions.
I think that's,
That's
not even that, I think at the intro, I
Yeah,
think,
or
I
that.
think, I
Opening
think the
remarks.
opening remark should be you.
It's just that.
Thank
I
you for
think
coming.
this isn't just because they get it off of me, but just so we keep the
Right.
whole,
Yeah.
everybody together, we do the same thing we've always done, that it's somebody from the chamber, somebody from the EDC, and somebody from the BNI. We
Okay.
have just the 3 of us there,
Okay.
because I like that whole thing.
My
Like, it'll
only
still be
thing,
the
my
EDC's
only, my
event,
only thing with that is
but-
that EDC is working to sponsor this event so that we can get marketing recognition for EDC.
Uh,
So.
Like, it runs through the. EDC.
Right,
Yeah.
it runs through the EDC, that's the only reason why normally, like, I'm all like, yes, kumbaya, all the 3 of them. But we're trying to do it at town, you know, through EDC marketing to get recognition for EDC, because a lot of people don't know what EDC is, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like
that's true,
outside of
that's
Miami Lakes. I don't think there's anything wrong with throwing someone in the Q&A, but, I
My
mean,
suggestion is to, is to. We pick somebody. The EDC first as a welcoming,
mhm,
right? You was the chairman, right? First chairman, right?
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Chairman. And you welcome them and you tell them what the purpose of the EDC is, what we've done in the past, you know, educational stuff, blah, 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 or networking. And then we get directly into this.
right,
And maybe Fred at the end closes it with the chamber.
Okay.
or we had also talked about, I know we said that, Jessica said that Prospera would, you know, cover food and stuff. I think Prospera can cover breakfast so that we don't have a breakfast expense, and we had talked about doing after 12 o'clock. Going to chelas or something like that and having people mingle. But what I'm saying is, at that mingling, we can combine with BNI and Chamber
No, you just do it network.
to do a networking event, and then we can do all the, you know, the 3 Musketeers things that we do all.
Okay, so we do this,
You know?
so we close it. After the event is over, we're gonna please come to
Mhm.
Chella's for a networking event.
Yep,
And you're gonna meet people from the chamber, the local
exactly.
BNI. EDC members will be there. And we do a
Yeah.
networking for whatever time, so figure what, an hour, hour and a half?
Lunch, whatever,
Lunch.
lunch networking.
All right, so we're getting an agenda together, right? Jonathan?
Are we
Yes?
going to
Yes.
tell them what topics they will have of those 15 minutes?
That's
Yeah.
where we need to get on. Personally, I'm okay with the FIU SBDC. And the Prospera, whatever they're gonna bring to the table, maybe something about.
We need to give them direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't wanna just give them carte blanche, like, oh, talk about whatever you're gonna talk about, because then people talk about everything and they're not gonna. speak
No,
only for 15
figure out
minutes.
what they,
Yeah.
what resource, again, it's all in a matter of what resources. Here are the resources that Prospera can bring
Mhm,
to you, Mr. or Mrs.
Yeah.
Business owner.
Yeah.
We focus on businesses in the beginning of their life cycle. This is what we can bring to you. So he gives them. You follow me, Romy? He gives
Yeah.
them that spiel. The same thing with the FIU SBDC. We can help small, medium, or large. We have a network of working capital banks that we can refer you, package you to. We can do budgeting, da, 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 da. So they do their thing, right? And then Miami-Dade,
Actually, if I may, they said in an email thread between Jessica and I. The
which
center-
one is this?
This is the
Prospera?
SBDC.
Okay,
Specifically, the center can assist with access to capital, e-commerce, digital marketing, international trade, competitive analysis,
you go.
human resources, and other. I think if we wanna cut down on the maybe 2, or maybe
Max.
three that are like loosely related, so. E-commerce and digital marketing kind of can play around with.
One, that's one.
This is an email thread between Jessica and I,
Oh, cool, cool,
and Brian Van Hook from FIU.
cool.
Okay, so one could be e-commerce and marketing wrapped in one,
And
right?
your name, your
Right,
brand.
right,
established.
branding.
Okay,
The other one could be,
What was the other thing they have?
so there's access to capital,
Access to capital. sure.
Right.
e-commerce, digital marketing, international trade,
I wouldn't
which
go
could
with
be
that.
capital, access to capital.
I would
international
leave
trade,
that, yeah.
but,
Access, I would
Is
take off,
access to capital separate?
Yes.
comma,
Okay, yes, comma, yes.
I would take off the international.
Right,
trade.
I would definitely do access to capital.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants.
E-commerce, digital marketing,
Yeah.
competitive analysis,
No, nobody wants to hear about that.
resources.
No,
Yeah.
tampoco. They're just hiring.
Be covered some.
They're just
Yeah,
hiring.
and what, in other words, what he doesn't put on there is the technical. You may want to put technical resources available.
But even then, we might, since if it's gonna be like 15 minutes.
Right, it's 15 minutes, it's quick.
Access to
I-
capital,
I-
marketing,
I agree.
e-commerce.
I think
Yeah.
access to capital and marketing are the two there that people will want information on.
This is the topics for just FIU.
FIU,
Yeah.
that's just FIU.
Yeah.
So now what I will tell you, I'm familiar with Prospera, they're a partner with Paychecks. So Prospera will offer like business consulting, so like they'll sit down with them and help them make a business plan.
That's what, excuse me, that's what FIU SBDC does also. Just so you know.
Okay, they're very similar.
Is Prospera
Yeah.
coming too?
But if we.
Are they one of the top two? Are they the
That's-
same?
I'm-
company?
I'm
I'm like,
So, listen,
That's why
these guys are nonprofit business incubators, basically.
Yeah.
So yes, they're gonna have a very similar mission statement. Now, one might be slightly different than the other in a certain aspect, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we would need to have a phone call with them, something to get more
Yeah.
detailed information on what they offer. Because like, for example, I know that Prospera has a partnership to Paychecks, because when they see a new business owner that is like, you know, they're not paying their employees right, they refer us. They tell them, you need to contact Paychecks and set up payroll, because you're at the moment where you need payroll. Okay, no problem. So they have a dedicated person at Paychecks that handles Prospera clients.
Right.
So, you know, so it's not a stranger, the client, you know, so they,
So we cherry pick
Right.
what we want each one.
Exactly.
To deal with. So
exactly.
Prospera could be what? Technical assistance? You want to put Prospera as technical?
Wait, oh, okay, no, I have it here.
Does Prospera,
Ignore me.
do we know, like, for example, FAU, what Prospera can?
I know that they're a nonprofit, so I know that they also provide access to capital. You know, they have an application process that they can help get people money for their business. They do a lot of the similar things.
Say we want
No.
FIU to talk about SBDC?
We had said access to
Access to
capital
capital,
and
marketing.
marketing,
Digital marketing.
digital marketing.
I'm seeing in the FIU email that, that SBDC at FIU serves as the hub with 6 organizations serving as the spokes.
Okay.
Prospera is one of those 6.
Oh, there you go.
So
Okay.
They're kind of already
They're linked.
together, so
Yep.
then, even then we can have, I guess if FIU themselves would cover the e-commerce,
Yeah.
or if they use, again, one of those spokes.
So my question is this, did we get confirmation for sure that Prospera is in on this?
I wouldn't have seen.
Jessica said.
It'll be Jessica,
spoke
right?
to them, Right?
That's the lead on.
Right,
on that.
FIU is on board, and Miami-Dade.gov is on board, right?
Yeah,
She mentioned Prospera. We need to
we're not 100% sure on
we
that.
need to be 100% sure. And then we need to be 100% sure of what the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce is gonna bring to the table.
Yeah.
I think something that we can give to the speakers as direction, because realistically, all of these 4 organizations are going to be talking about a very similar topic.
Yeah.
Miami-Dade is grants, Miami-Dade is startup money, Miami-Dade is all the same thing. So I think, you know, because what I would be, if I were a business owner and I were coming to this, and I heard from the 4 panelists, oh, we're a nonprofit, we're government funded, we help businesses, you know, develop a business plan, get funding, great, check out our website for more information or come see me at the end. If that's what I heard 4 times for an hour, I would feel like I wasted my time. So, because what I don't want is to sit on your website for 2 hours, because I went to the Miami-Dade.gov website to look at the grants and there's a female only. And
Right.
it's, you could get lost in there for days. So I think what would make sense to give these guys direction, and also it helps them because these guys want applicants, these guys want participants, that's what they want, that's what keeps donors donating to them and what keeps them in the budget for the county and whatnot. So I think if we tell each of them, hey, you're gonna have 15 minutes exactly. And there's going to be 3 other people on the panel that do something very similar to you. You know, we have, but we can say we have FIU, you know, SBDC, we have Prospera, we have Miami-Dade, and we have the Greater Miami Chamber that's going to focus specifically on, you know, their resources for startup businesses. So all of you guys pretty much do something similar, but in 15 minutes, give me your elevator speech. If you have a captive audience of startup companies that need your resources and want to work with you, tell them exactly who you're looking for. Because maybe Miami-Dade wants to promote female owned, right? Because that's what they've got going on right now. But Prospera, guess what? They are a resource, but they specifically only work with Hispanic, Latin businesses. So for example, somebody that is of not that demographic would not be a candidate for Prospera, right? What does FIU require? You know, because for example, UM has an incubator, but as far as I know, it's only for UM students. So if you're not a UM student, you can't go there. Right? So what do they require? Who do they cater to? Sure. What resources do you offer? And I think the key thing is, how do I get approved? Like, walk me through your process. What do I need to have? What, because some of them require, you know, business plans. Some of them require X amount of time in business. You know, like your entity has to be established for at least, you know, between 1 year and 3 years or something like that.
So if you look at the stuff I printed and gave you guys.
One thing is, and we also tell them, let's say you have the 15 minutes, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna do, let's say, in half of the time or 5 minutes, the elevated speech of, you know, of what you have said, but we give them a specific topic that, okay, teach them about how to make a business plan, teach them about marketing and e-commerce, teach them about, so they already know they gotta do a presentation, educational presentation of something that is gonna benefit
I
the
think it's
business,
It's like,
and then
it's teach them
sell themselves.
and then say, it's
And
teach
these
and
are-
then say, you know,
Yes,
you can.
This is how you get in touch and so.
exactly.
If you look at this stuff here real quick, I just, because I didn't have time to do my own thing here. I got this from the Miami-Dade Gov website, right? So they talk about a Biz Hack Academy, right? This is a systematic approach to content marketing. The hack provides training programs, personalized coaching, and fractional chief marketing officer services. Okay, so this really is a marketing piece, right? That's one item in the Dade County. You go to the second page, there's another department within there called Strive 305. The Strive 305 program is designed to accelerate the growth of small businesses countywide and support budding entrepreneurs as they launch and grow new business. So now they have, you know, virtual incubators. They also have another resource called Access Helps. Miami-Dade has partnered with Access Helps Miami to provide free, easy access to access information, blah, blah, blah. An entrepreneurial center, find a free or low-cost space you need to run your business, right? And then they have a vendor academy here. Let me just go through this. Vendor academy here. As providers of goods and services, vendors represent key stakeholders, blah, blah, blah. Receive 30-minute consulting on your small business needs, etc. And now this one is called the Rise Fund Supports Diversified Small. In other words, this is actually to get a loan, right? And then they have Strive has a class of AI. And the last page, if you look at page 8 or 9, just want to go over this here, guys. Robert, to your point, Miami-Dade Rise is a fund to support the businesses that historically have had hard times accessing capital. getting the support they need to grow. And blah, blah, blah. To be eligible for a RISE loan, the following criteria must be satisfied. Operated Dade County at least 2 years, less than 5 million in sales, less than 50 employees, credit score greater than 620, no bankruptcies or foreclosures. So that's, this is where those subcategories go
Right.
in Dade County. So the question is, with Dade County, and what is that called, Jonathan? Do you know? Maybe we can send it to everybody here. We can confirm. I think it's next week, right?
I don't know, I
Did it pass already?
no, didn't pass. I saw it this morning. I want to say it is actually the 12th of July.
Okay, so in that
Just
meeting,
before our next,
yeah, in that meeting, we could, Matthew, we could pin down Miami-Dade guys in exactly what we want them to present, right? Yes.
Yeah.
What is that July 12th date? That's
July
the,
12th is a Wednesday.
that would be what, a subcommittee meeting you're saying to do this?
No, it's
No,
meeting with Miami-Dade
Yeah,
to
so they set
tell
up,
them what we want.
they set an Outlook calendar for us to discuss with the two guys and the lady.
Yeah, that's the Zoom call you're saying,
The
right?
Zoom- right.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, how we're gonna do it, what do you guys want us to
What we
talk
expect from
about? What do we expect?
Yeah.
This is what we can do. I think we could send it to the committee, right?
I just because it's a meeting, I mean, virtual or not, discussing something, I think it would have to be sunshine, so we might have to look at.
Or
If
you want,
it's just
you
you,
want me to handle it then?
if, I'll.
I
clarify, but
want
I think
somebody
that's
else
what-
with, on this, can you be on there? Are you allowed to be on there? Well, so what happens if we get our chairman on there? That we have a violation of sunshine law?
If it's 2 or more. 2 or more committee members, I'm not a committee member.
So 2 or more committee members turns it into a
It
sunshine.
has to be sunshine.
That means that it has to be yeah,
Yeah, it gets-
So it's you and me,
it could be you and I, or if it's Matthew and I, but
Okay.
right.
just one of you. That's my understanding. of it.
what's your recommendation? You guys want me to take that call and get some information, or? You want me to go there with an idea of what we want them to present?
Yeah.
So let's look at what we got. Do you want to go over the Strive 305 and the Biz Up, just like what they had here at the bank? We could do that. They're 2 different people. Danilo Vargas is very good. And Michael John Green was the one that responded to our email. So these guys, I know
Oh,
these
yes.
guys as
Yeah.
presenters.
So Strive 305 and BizUp, those are the 2 people from Miami-Dade.
Correct,
Got it.
correct.
Yes.
And they could go over
These programs.
These programs right there. It's like taking off a shelf and it's already
Yeah.
there. They've already
Great.
done it. Right?
So could we give them like 5 minutes to teach them about something?
Mhm.
Like,
I like it.
whatever we decide to do, like, for example, marketing and e-commerce.
Yep.
I don't know, accounting or, understanding financial statements.
Yeah,
Leases,
yeah. So look, those specific technical areas, in my opinion, I don't think they're gonna be able to accomplish much presenting to the group. Because it takes more than 10 minutes to go through marketing plan or cash flow or accounting. I think if they can present their programs, and then the FIU SBDC is very plain and very open about the technical stuff they can do. Right?
Mhm.
Same thing with I'm assuming Prospera.
Mhm.
That tells the people what's available. We've brought to you as a business owner a menu of resources.
The only problem is that Prospera will also want to pitch how they access to the capital, right?
Correct.
Same thing as the other 2. And
Do we need Prospera in here? If it's part of the SBDC, if it's part of FIU.
I mean, they're paying for stuff, so yeah, they're gonna want a seat at the table.
They're paying for stuff.
Yeah.
They're paying for like what?
They're paying for food for, yeah.
Is that locked in?
I don't know. I mean, I think Jessica, I think Jessica has locked it in. I,
Jonathan, can
we'd
you,
have to find out.
just to maintain the sunshine law thing, can you reach out to Jessica? And maybe she can provide you with an email directed to you, confirming everything, so at least we know specifically who the players are and what they've, committed to.
I think,
4 is good. I mean, 4 is good. 3 is more, it gives you more time for Q&A.
mhm,
You know, I mean, look, what we're doing here is presenting a technical piece for businesses, resources. And we're presenting what type of programs Dade County has, right? And then the Greater Miami is coming in with something.
Mhm.
I don't know what they're gonna bring, Matthew. Greater Miami, have they done anything like this before? This is something that they like. the
Nothing this
idea.
specifically, just like I said, I need to get more information about it, but I just needed more to give them. But we hopped on a brief Zoom call about it, that they are doing some sort of program where they're offering resources for small businesses. I don't know exactly what it is specifically, but when I was describing to him what we wanted to do, he like lit up and was all like, oh, that's exactly what we want to do.
I
So
think,
then we just kind of discussed it briefly on that Zoom call, but then it kind of came down to, okay, so what days do you want us to be there? And I was like,
Right.
I'm not sure yet. And
Right.
then what time? I'm not sure yet. So
Right.
then he was like, okay, cool.
get back to
He
it.
said, yeah, he gave me the email of him, his partner, and then the president. He said, send me an email with everybody, like to everybody. With with what you got, what it entails, and then
Yeah.
we'll go from there. But he said that we're in, they just want more,
Yeah.
and again, this I'm sure can change with time.
Yeah, I think.
That's why I want to send
I
them
don't
as soon
think
as
there's
possible,
anything
like it's a
wrong.
yes or no.
I don't think there's anything wrong with going back to the presenters that we have and telling them, you're gonna have 15 minutes. But, we want people to get like a meaty 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So we have 4 different programs that all have very similar aspects. They're all either nonprofits, government funded, or, like a philanthropic, branch of a program. And they're looking to attract small business owners to offer them business resources. That's what all of you do. So in 15 minutes, we want you to briefly explain your program, but can you also bring something of value to the audience? So in your program, let's ask the speakers, what do you feel like your program is most skilled at? And then have them break that down to the participants.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I'm looking at this newsletter from Strive 305, and something that catches my attention is they have a lot of business resources, but they keep talking about marketing. So they have a class on AI for marketing and sales. Super cool. AI is a very hot topic right now.
Yeah.
So, it could take them, I think, 5 minutes to break down Strive 305. I don't think it's that complex, but then they can dedicate 10 minutes to AI for marketing. I think that's super cool. And hey, if you like, what we're talking about today, Strive 305 has an ongoing seminar about this that's available to you for free.
So why don't you get on the call with Jonathan? I like the way your
Your gumption.
your
Because it is-
gumption,
Mhm.
your eloquence.
And that I think is going
No, it's
to
true.
bring a bigger target to us.
Right,
Because if they read the topic, it says marketing, and then, oh, I wanted to learn that, let me go.
right,
Oh, they're gonna talk about leases and insurance. Oh, let me go to that.
Right.
Oh,
Access to
grant-
credit.
because
And
if
that
you
way-
put for me on an agenda, Strive 305,
You're gonna-
I'm like, what? But what am I doing here, right? And if we market this as a seminar for startup businesses that want business resources, that screams to me funding. We're only gonna attract one audience, which is looking for money. So if they don't get that within the first 30 minutes, they're gonna
Yeah,
tune
they're
out,
out,
they're out.
So, okay.
Yeah, it's gotta be a knowledge,
right,
resources, like
right.
we're saying resources.
Yeah.
It's less grand,
So
more.
let's back up a little bit. Jonathan, the date of that call is when? Do you remember?
July 12th.
July 12th?
Oh, no, I don't think I can be on that call.
There it is.
I'm literally having surgery the day before, so it's not even like a small thing, yeah.
July
So-
12th, you said?
July 12th, Wednesday at 11 a.m.
And this is for Miami-Dade.
This is with Krishan.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so that's just one call with one person.
One of those prospective speakers, right?
Can I have, can I propose, like, would it be possible, since we've got these guys committed? Can we schedule like a panelist call with all of them? Is that an issue?
Okay, let's back up a minute. What do you mean a panelist call?
We've got these
A
people.
dry run, you mean?
No, not a dry run. No, just to discuss like what we're inviting them. We're hosting the event. As you know, as sponsors of the event, we have the right to say, hey, you have 15 minutes and this is what we want you to talk about. So because the four of them are so similar, you know, we say, hey, guys, you guys are our four panelists. We're very excited to have you. We would like to have a panelist prep call so we can discuss how we're going to break up the topics. That's it. And on that call, it could be you and me, that's fine, you and Matt, whoever. And on that call, you know, the four of them will all know each other. Yeah, they all do business together, you know, and then saying, okay, you know,
I
this
can
is
do this,
yeah.
I can do that, I can do that.
divvy it up. And breaking it down for them, you're each gonna have 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, we would like for you to obviously highlight your program. But we also want you to have meat and potatoes, right? We want you to come with something of value,
Yes.
which is, you know, 10 minutes on what do you feel your program does best? So for example, because all of these guys have technical skills. So for example, I don't know Danilo, but I can tell you the Prospera people, the person who's probably going to come from Prospera is from the Doral office. And those guys are quite literally sitting at the table with a business owner, like helping them write out their business plan. You know, so something that Prospera may want to take on is good business plan writing, you know?
I'm trying to figure out logistics now, right? So let's take a step back. July 12th is for Dade County. You can't make it because you have a personal situation going on. Should we not cancel that meeting and then try and get, see, now we're getting into scheduling, right? So what I'm getting at is, we got two people there that are available on that date, right? I can be on the call with you to piggyback or reemphasize. Here's what I'm saying, guys. Bottom line, I think we should make that call because these people are available at that time.
Yeah.
Versus chasing four people to get the right schedule to get on a Zoom call. And then once we have these guys lined up, same comment, same question. You know, you got 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, what, tell us, you know, this is how we want you to present. You know, think about it. And Jonathan, she made some good points, you know, the meat and potatoes, you know. And then we find out that gives Matthew time to nail down Greater Miami Chamber.
Yeah.
And see who the contact person is. And maybe you can make a phone call with Jonathan on that.
With Greater Miami.
With Greater
No, yeah,
Miami,
that's what I figured, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I figured,
And
yeah,
then
and we keep it
And then
going.
Jonathan, Jessica with FIU,
Mhm.
right? FIU and Prospero, right?
Yeah, and then Jonathan can hop on.
And you can, you know, right, exactly.
What that suffers the most is-
Specific questions.
We know what specifics we need, right? So
Yeah.
with Gov, we're gonna talk to them on the 12th. This is what we want to talk, tell me about Strive and BizUp, right?
Yeah.
And the grants, this is what we want.
And whoever is having those meetings first is locking the subjects.
Right.
So if you lock marketing
Right.
and e-commerce,
Right,
Right,
yeah.
a guy cannot do whatever it
Right,
is.
right,
And that's
right,
the one
right,
doing
right,
it.
right,
Oh,
right,
Right.
right, right. Every bit of here, lock in subject matter.
Right, so that way they can.
Right, it's already flushed out.
Right.
Right.
All right, so we got that covered, right? We're gonna make the 12, I'm gonna accept the one and the 12. Matthew's gonna work with the GMCC and you and Jessica are gonna work with Prospera and SBDC, right?
So we'll have.
Who
two
brought in
commanders.
FIU?
Jessica.
Jessica también? Okay,
So she will work from Prospera
perfect.
and if.
Or she could come back and say, you know, this guy, FIU committed, Prospera, whoever it is, 3 or 4 people, right?
We're
Okay.
gonna need a moderator, like. a
Oh, yeah,
host,
moderator, yeah.
Right?
Very voluntary.
I cannot.
I
Moderator.
I could do it if somebody just writes out the questions for me that I should ask.
So how's the format gonna actually
That's,
be?
I was gonna say,
Okay,
we're not,
so-
yeah,
So somebody could be me, could be anybody that basically comes out. Gives a general welcome, thank you, we're gonna start. Let me introduce you to our panel. Right? Matthew comes, Casamayor,
Introduce the.
Chairman of the
EDC,
Economic Development Committee of the Town of Miami Lakes. Right? And then you give 2 minutes, Matthew, about what we're doing here, right? And then let me introduce you to let's start the program, and Mr. Danilo Vargas,
He's controlling the time.
right? Biz up, Michael John. And then these are and we start with each, all of them, right?
Yeah.
So the way the moderator works is that has a mic, has the pre-printed questions, which a lot of it has to do with what maybe a business owner would ask, right? Or can you think about this program? And depending on the conversation here, yeah, you see, the way Prospera had it, Matthew, was that they were all 4 sitting. I did an event last year at the Miracle Theater when they had their annual thing there. So the moderator was somebody from Prospero that started talking to them, and they started to freewheel,
Okay,
which is
so they just
different
kind of have to
from
bring
what.
up,
from
but you
what
don't
we
want that, is what you're saying?
I don't think so. I think what we
'Cause
want.
that's like a true panel.
Yeah,
That was like a- that's
yeah,
a
but
panel.
I would keep it for our purpose. And time more specific on point to each topic.
So it's not really a panel, it's
It's not
more
really a
presenters
panel.
with the Q&A.
Maybe a panel,
Right.
Exactly.
maybe a
But then
panel,
you can-
maybe a panel at the end for Q&A. Right?
So you don't think Q&A at the end of the presentation then, but instead of QA with everybody together, is what you're thinking?
Yes,
Right.
I think if we're gonna stick to the time, this is a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
I know, that's
I think
why,
if
yeah,
we're
that's
gonna
why I'm
stick to
worried
the
about
time,
QA, how that
If
would
we're
work.
gonna stick to the
Yeah.
time, it's literally your introduction. It's an hour for the panel, each one at 15 minutes, and then a brief general Q&A at the end.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we have time for.
And then they're gonna have the time to mingle.
Right.
Right,
And
and
then
that's
you can ask
exactly.
questions and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly
Exactly.
right. Okay, we good so far?
Plan that
Cool.
if we have 20
Right.
minutes.
Like,
questions.
registration and breakfast shouldn't happen at 10. Registration and breakfast should happen like at 9:30. Yes. Registration and breakfast happens at 9:30.
9.
Right, no,
9.
9:30.
Yeah.
Um,
we
And
start
then-
at 10.
we start at 10. Introduction is done by, let's say, 10:30. Panel goes from 10:30 to 11:30. It's an hour.
Mhm.
And then Q&A goes from 11:30 to 12. Mhm.
You guys got that, Jonathan? You got that down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm writing it down too.
All right, sorry. Okay, so now comes the other piece of this. How and to whom are we gonna market this event to? And what channels are we gonna use for marketing? So let's talk about the channels first. We're gonna go through what? The Miami Lakes Chamber, we're gonna do a mailer through there,
We'll mail it through them.
okay?
Well, I will not speak for the chamber.
Which is it, Rob?
I will not speak for the chamber.
No, well, what- I'm sorry,
Like
as far as
for
writing
the
down.
outlets, how it's gonna be working.
Oh, well, yeah,
The
the
So
chamber.
the chamber will.
Sorry, I was
the
typing.
chamber,
I didn't. I really-
Okay,
I
and
cannot speak for the
then
chamber.
we're gonna go through.
But you're right.
The
We're gonna go
cities.
through the towns, what, Facebook,
So, yeah, it'll be
Tell me.
Facebook, it'll get the normal calendar.
tell me about,
Or, marketing
Facebook.
display, which is gonna be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, well, the stories on Instagram. It'd be great if we had,
Do we have ads to spend? And
Right.
are we going to do like a RSVP type of thing or like even?
yeah, but this is just to.
So we-
yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, just so
Yeah,
we
if
can.
this is just who we're gonna, is this gonna go through, pardon, eh?
No,
Is this gonna go through, YouTube too? It's gonna be live
Live
stream?
stream, we could,
Good,
we
right?
could look to do that, yeah.
I mean, we have the capabilities in that
Yeah.
room, right?
Abilities, since it's during a work, and this comes into like the other. The costs that you don't really think of, since it's on a work,
and AB.
work day,
all that.
it's fine, I would imagine it's fine. We don't really have to worry about janitorial, I mean, I can set up the YouTube live stream,
The other
so.
question is this, which we forgot. think about, well, we didn't bring up our town dignitaries. Are we're gonna invite the mayor and everybody and all the
I
commissioners,
mean, they're
right?
invited, but I don't
Right,
think it's, I don't think their time to shine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think, actually, I think it would be cool in the Q and A.
That's why I was thinking we'd have Fred in the first place, and then maybe a business
actually
oriented
think-
councilman like.
I actually think
Josh or something.
much love for Fred, but I actually think if we could have
Josh or Manny or something?
Manny, I think if
Oh,
we could
that'd
have
be cool,
Manny in the
yeah.
Q and A, that says, you know, he's
That's
the
a ribbon
best.
cutting guy.
He's the best one to ask, you know, if I were the budding business,
I
why
like
should I
that.
pick Miami Lakes, you know? He's the one who should be doing the shameless plug.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
and then he can talk about his whole ribbon cutting
Yeah, 'cause
ceremony
he does do
thing,
all
and
that,
yeah, yeah.
So we need the president of the chamber to say a few words.
But he can do that at the networker, Steven. This is not about that. This is about the town of Miami
Okay,
Lake
so-
hosting
so
this.
So BNI and the chamber.
Right,
We'll make a little intro.
Yes.
Okay.
at the networking event,
Okay.
which is perfect, because that's what they do. They network.
Tell Fred that I battled for him.
I'm the first one to vote for that, you know, like I was president of BNI, I'm all about it, but it's not the
Okay,
time.
all right. So,
I mean, we'll see anyways, because
okay,
knowing how Mac
so,
did it.
so we're
High
gonna,
Jency's stuff, you know.
are we gonna put this in the Miami Laker?
We can ask.
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, Miami
We definitely
Laker.
have a budget for it.
I think, yeah, we have a budget for
Yeah, we
it,
Definitely have. a
so
budget.
I think Miami Laker, how much is an ad in the Miami Laker, anybody know?
Well, I know,
We looked it up the other day.
I know there's a lot to get the meetings put in there.
All right,
It's not,
We're not gonna.
who are we, okay, so now we go back to the target audience, right? So let's put that to bed. So going through the chamber. Going through the Miami Laker.
Oh, we could do the BNI Facebook group as well,
Okay.
or sorry, Instagram page.
All right, going through all these people. We would obviously should get a decent turnout.
Do we have any, how much is our marketing budget?
Well, right now, we have $2,000.
Okay.
Or maybe.
this is the what's left of, it's still this, or
It's
this would
this
be for
fiscal,
next, right? Or this-
no, it's,
This is for this one, right? It's all for this?
yeah,
Okay, and there's not much time left, right? So we pretty much have that to
right,
spend, yeah.
right, right.
We should do through the Instagram, pay campaigns.
And then,
Right, I was
What?
gonna say paid campaign through Facebook.
okay, I was gonna say, do we have enough to do a paid ad? Yeah, a paid ad
Facebook?
through Facebook and Instagram.
$2,000 left.
Okay, I just don't know how much a Laker ad would.
How much is left again?
2,000.
It's like year, I guess.
Once
$2,000,
we, if
$2,000.
we,
Like, no, I'm saying like the fiscal year or whatever.
Oh, until September.
time.
maybe how much time is left?
Yeah, how much time?
Right?
Yeah, there will be a week left in the calendar year.
Yeah.
So it's really just this event then, right? That we're
Yeah.
gonna spend this $2,000, right? That's what I'm
That's-
thinking.
Well, Yeah.
So we'll make it successful.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
have
yeah.
$2,000 if we're gonna look for in kind, like food, again, we don't.
We've
really
got
worry
food
about-
covered.
That's what I'm saying.
That 2,000 is good for marketing.
We don't-
I'm sure that again, if we push for, which I'm sure they'll say yes, if we get BNI and we get the chamber to, you know, like host the lunch networking, I'm sure they'll put in for like a drink ticket per person or something like that.
It's
Yeah, for
money
child.
for advertising,
Something.
Yeah.
maybe like print banners outside.
Yeah,
So
It's,
yes,
it's pretty much whatever we were very prudent at the beginning of the fiscal year.
yeah.
When we said, let's leave X amount of money in reserve. So we.
I think we
And
need to-
let's show a reason that
Right.
we did that.
I think we need
So
to
then,
figure out, I
you know,
think we
when
need to
it's
figure
back,
out, so we need to figure out how much an ad in the Laker is, like a color ad.
Yeah,
But-
like a quarter page.
I would say at least a
Half page.
quarter page. It would be nice if we could do at least a half page, yeah. A quarter page or half page, and then
Yes.
in the, right,
Paid ads.
paid ads in Instagram and Facebook, and then whoever's gonna be on those calls with these entities. So you guys have the call, can they push it to their stuff, which of course they will, but like make sure that we like make that like, hey, we need you to push it through your stuff. So their newsletter, their website, everything.
Who creates the arts for us? Do we have to pay them? or
The what?
The artwork.
Oh, I mean,
Oh, yay.
For free.
Well, so again,
whatever my.
Again.
That's.
the target audience,
I say startups, relocate people that women wanted to relocate
Startups.
and
Evergreen.
minority owned businesses. woman-owned businesses.
A lot of, again, with the buzzword that I was collecting earlier,
Yeah.
that's gonna inform me on
Yeah.
what I'm gonna target.
Yeah.
The paid ads.
So now the question is,
So a reminder, there's a meeting after us.
you know, I'm gonna be real quick.
They start at 7.
It's probably, the word's gonna get out, and we really, at this point, we don't mind the word's gonna get out to other communities.
No, we wanted to.
Yeah,
so we
no,
can
I'm also
find-
gonna post this on Eventbrite, like I do
Right.
Okay.
events, and that almost always gets people from
We'll
out of
post,
nowhere.
the town will post
Some
it.
from random
And
places.
then-
But we do it too for the chamber, just cause like we just make one, or you guys are just gonna make one.
And we can,
We'll make one.
But
and
you
then
guys make it
have a
public?
co-host. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and we can limit
we'll
that
blast
pay ads
It's
to average.
To the what?
The pay ads, we can.
Mile range, yes. Mhm,
Range,
yep.
right? Like 5-10 miles from here.
Yep.
So the
So I,
smallest,
so I accept the boot camp chat, I'm gonna accept.
that's a
I'm
July
sorry to
12th.
interrupt
you're
you,
good.
yeah.
I'm very good at juggling conversations. I think the smallest radius we can get on a Facebook poll is 12 miles.
That is minimum.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but
It's big.
but it hits enough that the
Yeah.
12 miles hits actually what I would call Miami Lakes, community.
Mhm.
So we're getting a little bit of here, a little bit of there, but it's not going to like Palm Beach and wasting our money basically.
Yeah,
And then with the island to, business,
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna
Business
target by
domains.
age, but we can look into the statistics on ages, on, topics of interest.
I think we get it, I think we get the word out, and then whoever shows up, shows up.
When we do the presentation of the EDC, I think it's important to give them the resources of like the.
Yeah, the
website
local
that we
biz.
have.
right.
Hey, this is
The,
website
oh my
of
gosh,
the-
please, the Miami Lakes Biz on that, yes.
Newsletter.
Yeah.
I really wanna get access to that website too, Jonathan, eventually, man, if we can. I know that it's a mission with what's going on with the town and the websites, but still. 'Cause it would be cool to keep that up to date and post like
So,
things there.
just to recap real quick, I interrupted.
You're well done, I was gonna, we're just, it was quick, yeah.
So, just for me, for highlights is you're gonna send Jessica an email to get names and confirmation from Prospera and the FISDC, right?
Yep.
You and I are gonna make the July 12th call. We're gonna take Romy's suggestion. Show us the beef. What can you guys highlight? This is what we're trying to do.
And how can you market?
Okay, and how can you market it, right? Matthew is gonna tighten up Greater Miami Chamber. And then maybe set up a call with you, Matthew, and his rep to do the same thing. And then Jessica is gonna do the calls between FIU, Prospera, and you guys. So it's 3 calls going on. Hopefully before July is over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's done. The next step would be after the calls, correct? To meet after the calls?
To create that.
Summary.
To create, to really see what the topics are, double confirmation of the people, right? And then we could put a draft agenda together, specifics.
What we could do is before,
I'm just thinking out loud, you know?
we meet on the 12th.
Yeah,
And then the next EDC meeting would be the 18th. Even if we don't have every single
give an
thing ironed
update.
out, we can give an update.
yeah,
Ask the community to vote on sponsorship or on paid ad dollars.
yeah.
And if we can already have kind of the
And
art.
we can have like a visual of it.
Art.
The other thing about the ads is you can edit them as they're going out, so we don't necessarily have to have every single thing ironed down. But we can at least have an event right up with the art and topics.
Yeah, the critical piece is gonna be getting the other 3 pieces called.
No, that's the biggest thing
That's
right
the
now.
biggest
yeah.
thing right now,
Talking to
right?
them and figuring out what they want as their topics.
Right.
And then,
Right.
then that opens up the next step, which is what you're saying, where we all get together.
And then we do.
And then we each have our pieces of the puzzle, and then we put them together and say, perfect, and this guy's talking this guy's talking this.
And,
And we
No.
start advertising.
And then we can,
September.
yeah.
so right now then, it's July 12th, July 18th for the meeting. Maybe in between today.
Which one's July 18th? Is that
That's the
the,
EDC.
oh, that's our EDC.
Maybe between.
Oh, okay, I
between-
will not be here on that day.
maybe
We post off.
Maybe between now and the 18th,
We can try to get the.
we could try and get all that information typed up, right?
And
So
then,
maybe-
and then the EDC meeting, started review.
Yeah, sure.
We can ask the committee for any questions that.
Yeah, and
they-
tell them
they
this
would
is
like to
what,
Ask on behalf.
this is what it's gonna look like, this is what we're proposing. And, do we need a full vote on this for them? No,
No.
right?
Only thing that I really worry about for votes is dollars.
Okay, then.
So that would be how much.
So
we
you
wanna
guys
put
already
towards-
approved.
How much we wanna put towards ads, maybe like a fail safe for food, if like worst case scenario. Something like
Right.
Sergio's or.
Kenny Magali can, get in touch with the chair, or Matthew, and work out what the deal is with the chamber. We're doing the basket.
I can connect with BNI on a sponsorship.
Yeah,
for the
and
network
this is the
event.
town of Miami Lakes EDC's
Event.
event. It's not a Bank United, it's not a US Century, it's not a, it's a town of Miami Lake EDC. It's not a Greater Miami Chamber, it's not a BNI, it's the BNI stuff. I like the
way as-
idea,
Of the network
Okay.
event.
How
Okay.
4th of July isn't the Rams.
right?
Right.
event,
But,
it's The town.
Miami Lakes,
Right.
right.
So,
And
that's
can-
all
can you
I have.
confirm
Anybody got anything
of
else?
The place
oh, yeah, it already is.
is already.
Yeah,
The reservation is done.
yeah, it's like a-
Anybody else, anything else?
Cool. We probably need another subcommittee meeting,
Do you wanna,
schedule it, yeah. We definitely need another one because we need to come back to the table with all those individual
Agendas
conversations,
together.
put the agenda
do you want me
together.
to put out your dates?
Before or after the,
I think after all those individual conversations with the,
Yeah, whatever that
I'm
is.
sorry?
But not before the full meeting.
No, I don't think we're gonna have time, yeah.
So you want me
I
to
mean,
put
that would be the goal, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be the goal.
Maybe the
that would be
last
I would
week
love to
of
see
July.
that happen, Matthew, you know,
Yeah, that's the.
I'm sorry,
The last
you
week
week
of
on
July.
Monday, the
That's gonna be on
17th?
the 18th.
Right.
20 days
I
from
mean,
now.
Steve's already doing this
It's on
on
the
12,
18th,
so it's
so
just
it's last
me with the Greater Miami Chamber and Jessica with those two.
so then you're
That's really all
saying,
it is.
Yeah.
So-
It's about 3 weeks.
right, don't do it without me
Yeah,
because
it's
I don't know,
nice.
my surgery is literally a week before, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, you know?
Also, an email and fill her out.
Yeah,
Again, I'll send an email to you guys.
so
The last week of July.
if you guys, if the meeting's on the 11th or the 12th, we would literally have to meet either that same week so that it's before the 18th or on the 17th, Monday, the 17th.
the 17th also.
Yeah,
We can do the day before.
you can do Monday, the 17th?
Go with that.
Does that give us enough time to post this meeting and all that jazz? Yeah, and is this room available on Monday, the
So
17th?
The committees don't care even if.
Monday the 17th, we have a ribbon cutting, but we can kind of miss it for this. It's just one ribbon cutting, I guess.
Okay,
Well, I.
Do we have a room available on the
I can-
Oh, yeah,
17th?
that's right, you can miss it, that's right, okay.
Oh, he
But
can't
not
miss it?
17th.
I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, the ribbon cutting from 6 to 7.
We can look for the last week of the month.
Okay.
And if you have any, you can make.
No, I can
But-
definitely make it towards the end of the month.
So I'll send out.
I mean, can we put those pieces together? I mean, I know this isn't a, I mean, like, let's say I make the agenda for that meeting, and I make it very bare bones, so it's really just
Yeah,
going over the
it
event.
could
Can we
be
just do that in the actual committee meeting?
Oh, yeah, you
You
can
know
do
what I mean?
that.
We just do it then.
just focus on the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just make it super bare bones and
Yeah.
just, like, cause I put the agendas together anyway.
Sure,
I just make
yeah,
it
that's a
very
good
bare
idea.
bones And we just focus.
I think that's a
on
great
that.
idea.
Again, the trick is to get the
All the
two
phone
other
calls.
calls done
Yes,
before the 18th.
Yeah,
Yes.
before the next meeting. Perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Okay,
Good idea.
We just gotta let Jessica know
Yes,
about FIU and Prospera.
Well,
Yeah,
Oh,
I already
definitely.
know her.
yeah.
yes,
Okay.
okay. But did you tell her the whole thing about like getting a phone call?
Well, when she gets, we'll get in the
Yeah.
contact about.
Can I get a motion to?
Oh, yeah, oh, I guess I'll do it, yeah, motion to adjourn, that's right. I'm not leaving,
Yeah,
do it.
motion to
Motion
adjourn,
to adjourn,
second.
yeah.
Motion. I second that. I'll put the motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
Second.
All right, all in
Yay.
favor.
Okay.
All right,
I,
was this productive? I think.
Yeah.
so.
No, I think this was awesome, thank you, that was a great idea. to
Thank
do
you
this.
very much, guys.
good job.
No, that's
Keith.
all. That was probably the.
Thank you.
I know.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm hanging, man, this guy's disgusting, this guy's nasty out here.
We got
We're
scope.
giving him more work. Yeah.
He's like, you guys gotta hop on one call, I gotta get on 4.
You guys take care, all right? Good
Jonathan.
seeing you.
See you, man.
Calls after this?
No, for us now, with these,
Jonathan.
with the speakers, for us it's one each, but.
You're the one that didn't wanna cancel the call on the 12th. I was perfectly fine with canceling and rescheduling and all hands on deck.
No, I think it's better to do it one-on-one like that. 'Cause it's not like it seems like we're gonna,
people and.
yeah, people
The extras are here. The agenda, right here.
I'm gonna pass these out when we get.
I already passed.
Okay,
all these.
including mine?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah. We all have.
We're talking about something
Oh,
else.
something, yes.
Okay, let's call this meeting to order. 7:06. Welcome, everybody. Roll call. Taking roll call, 30 minutes.
Okay, you have to advise her, this is her first.
I'm
time
taking
doing this.
minutes, so if you can take roll call, that'd be great, or somebody else can do it.
I'll take roll call. Elsa.
Carla Acosta.
Charles James.
Suzanne Chupani. Z.
Yes, I'm here.
Madeline Santana.
Elizabeth Turner. Alicia Salazar,
That's it.
that's it.
And I'm sorry, do you need me to send you a template if it makes your life easier for the minutes?
I'm just following whatever's on here for the minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll just.
Do you want me to send you the roster?
No, we just did it.
No, I
I'm
just, I'm
I'm
asking
asking
here,
whoever's here.
you don't want the record of it?
I
Okay,
think I'm good.
okay.
V, Madeline, Felicia, Suzanne, Elizabeth.
Public comments, we have, William Perez from, the Works Committee. Who's gonna be, helping us in, the 4th of July event.
That's my public comments. I'm really happy to be able to help you guys in the 4th of July event. And wearing my hat as a Young Marines, adult volunteer, we're gonna have Young Marines there to do the color guard. And we'll probably have some 8-year-olds do this pledge of allegiance for a few of them. Be a picture moment. So anyway, that's just wanted to confirm and say I'm really thankful to give these kids an opportunity that you're doing. And really appreciate that. And we look forward to the 4th of July.
Thank you very much.
That's all my
Yeah.
comments.
So color guard.
I'm out of here.
William,
Thank you. Yes,
is the color guard and the pledge of allegiance?
yes.
Okay, do we know when they do that first?
So if you-
First thing, 6:30 when it starts off,
We
it's the
have-
first event that happens. Just.
I actually have, if you guys wanna wait till we get to that item, it's in the timeline and I made copies for all of you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
it's normally the very first thing to kick off the event.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, right at 6:30, and then they do the pledge. Then we got the
Which one's first?
national anthem and pledge.
So. Mountain, pledge, and then colors.
No, colors, national anthem.
Okay,
pledge.
okay.
I
I'll
know,
send you a
I-
revised
Yeah, I know what to do. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next item, federal additions, deletions.
I'd like to ask for an addition. Pride event 2024.
That will be item 6. E. Okay. Any other additions? Additions? Okay, let's move on. All business, the committee, 2023 budget workshop recap.
The minutes.
Oh, the minutes, I'm sorry.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Besides that one? Did, Marietta finally,
I just checked
Get
the
the
roster and I don't see her sworn in.
thank you.
And I was wondering too, Io, when we asked to remove the following events, since we no longer do them, you said that that may or may not be able to be done. Do you know if we were able to?
No, that's part of the financial records system, whatever it's called, we call it munis, but yeah. That's
So they're
just
still
built-
gonna show.
because, so for example, if you guys have done anything in the past with that, that's where those expenses are recorded.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Even though. we
When
did
I
the
print
votes
like
then-
an updated budget for you guys, they don't show, since they've been zero for so long, they don't show. That was more of, if you notice, you've only seen it because when you guys were doing the budget workshop, it prints out all of it for you. But when I print out like a summary of cultural affairs, for example, you'll see one attachment in your agenda here of like the most updated budget, you'll see those zero items don't really show there.
Right.
One, minutes.
And then. I make a motion to approve the minutes. Of the
Second.
May 3rd. No, that's a special one. What was it? No, that was a special one. That was a special one. May 10.
May 10.
May 10. May 10. So we need to approve the special call meeting? Okay, so I make a motion to approve the special call meeting on May 30th. Felicia seconded. You and Elsa.
Elsa, motion to approve the minutes.
May 10th. Charles, and Charles seconded. And then I also made a motion to
Wait,
approve.
don't we have to vote on the first one first?
Everyone in agreement?
Say aye.
Say
Aye.
aye.
Aye. Then she said the other meeting, special call meeting on May 30.
May 30th. And Felicia second. Everyone in agreement?
Aye. Forgot about that one.
Ready, 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, for business, 6.8, committee new budget vote from the CAC. I have a copy. This, I'm gonna give it to you. Everyone have to work very fast.
I'm
Basically,
sorry, can I have I need a copy of that, because that's a public record. That's not part of the agenda. Thank you.
that was for me.
Okay.
Do we get copies or you?
You're gonna read them, right? You're gonna read them?
Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
you get real quick.
And then Sophie has a copy,
Yeah.
so she can include that.
Okay, in the briefing, there was, no budget increases were approved. The council recommended that we get together with the group and try to reduce the budget amounts for the existing events. And then, reevaluate what existing events to keep or revamp and keep events requested by town council. One item that came up was to coordinate calendar with the town committees and town events, date and times to avoid any conflicts that may affect our CAC event attendance. It's very important that we submit the events dates to our liaison at one time. So that's a very important issue that they mentioned at the meeting. So we need to make sure that we follow what the town requested. And also, I need to know if there's a deadline to submit the revised budget at the next council meeting. Do we have a?
I have to check for you because I'm not aware of, I've never dealt with a committee going back on the revision,
Yeah, because they mentioned something.
so I have to check when,
Coming back to them.
yeah, so I have to check when that deadline is and I can send you
Okay,
guys.
so
an
that
email.
one is pending. And then. Okay, and last, if we can, I will recommend that we do the July meeting as a workshop to review the budget, because otherwise we can spend half an hour.
Felicia, something to think about, if that deadline when I check for you, if that deadline is sooner than the July meeting, at that point, then you guys would have to consider, I guess, doing a special call meeting.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fair enough. Yeah, because I think we need to spend enough time reviewing everything since they want us to change things and delete and change numbers. It's gonna take a long time and we want to make sure that we concentrate on it. So, that's about it. Any questions?
Iowa, will we have enough time to do that special call since?
I'm unsure because I don't know of a deadline. All we were given as staff is.
No, I'm saying if the deadline is before, which is in 2 weeks, by the way, because this is our late meeting.
Yeah, if
Is
it's
it gonna
before
be
your July
time?
meeting.
Yeah, are they gonna have time to do a special call?
That's what I mean. I guess it depends on, I need to know what the answer is first, and then I'll work with Felicia to see if there's.
Shall we?
Any-
By this end of this week, maybe?
I am actually out of office tomorrow, so I need to check when I can get back to you. But by Friday or Monday would be reasonable, yes.
Next question is. Because I know the council, there's 1 month that they take off. Is it July or August? August.
Like, do you know?
Maybe we take off never.
Okay, we've been taking off December.
Oh.
It used to be in the summer, but now we've been taking off December. But I just wanted to let you know that our next budget workshop is on July the 10th.
Oh,
So I don't know if that'll give you.
okay, let's go over all these items. If we can, we'll put something tonight, if not, because we're limited on time. Because the committee voted to keep the meetings at 1.5 hours. So let's go, let's move this item then. To,
I guess we do need a special call meeting.
Okay, then on Friday I can get with you.
okay,
Well, between Friday and Monday, because I'm working on 4th of July, so, I will get with you to see what's the earliest. we
okay,
can
after the.
Try to get you guys in, and I guess I would ask the committee to be a little flexible in terms of, I know you guys are used to meeting at 7 p.m., but since we have such a short notice, we're gonna have to adjust based on whatever meetings are already scheduled.
Is that fair enough for everybody?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I believe we need to do just a meeting on that.
Yeah, yes, only one. We want to make sure that it. Okay, so. Subcommittee reports, Picture from Mom, I think, you submitted a,
Yeah, there's an attachment as part of all your agendas.
As part of the agenda, it's just a recap because I was not gonna be here for that meeting, so I wanna make sure that everybody knew. So basically, everything went very well. We're very pleased. Again, the best place to have it is at the farmer's market. A couple of things is like the easels, we have to really put those together ahead of time or look at the different knobs because they kept coming apart. And I think we just have to look at them to make sure that, we can buy any nails or anything that's needed ahead of time, the easels. As far as it's the same thing as always. There's 65 plus 9 volunteers, we were 74. So there were 31 walk-ups and 34 from Eventbrite. So again, it's the same.
Out of a possible, was it 110,
100.
120?
I think we opened it to about 100, 110 at most.
110 of Eventbrite.
So 1/3 of people showed up.
34. So basically, it's always the same. That's why we have to let people come in. But the ambience was great. The kids from the high school and Our Lady of the Lakes were excellent. They were a big help to us. And so I think overall, the people from the was that committee that brings the books that they gave. Were great. So basically, I think that we were fine.
I just want to add, did anybody check those pumps after the event? Because a lot of them weren't working.
Exactly. That was one of the things that I put on the note, that we have to make sure that we clean them ahead of time. Because some of them were not
Did we
working.
clean them after because they were already
No, they were
too
not
late?
clean. Those things were boxed and stored away. So we'll have to,
The pumps for the paint.
for the paint, we have to just deal with that on the easels as time comes, and whenever we have time to go through them. Okay. The people that we ordered the paint was fine, they gave us a great great price, so that worked well. So, everything, we'll move forward. Move forward. And you sent the letters to the students?
No, I'm
No.
still finalizing that, but I will get it to them.
Okay.
And if you want, I can send you a confirmation once it's sent out. so you
Yeah,
know.
that's fine, that's fine. They're all on vacation anyway, but when they come back, they'll need the hours.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
any of the high school girls showed up for the fishing? I don't.
No, there was no volunteer.
No, they didn't show up. Okay, all right. Okay. Everything must be fine.
The next item is the Father's Day fishing tournament to Renee.
I have and she sent me an attachment today that she wanted me to share with all of you.
Yeah, I have the package here.
And then she will send this screenshot. It's one of each.
Oh, there were names of the people that won. Yeah.
The medals were beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, do it this way.
Do you need to write up anything on that or? No, I saved the record already. I mean, you could just say that she provided a summary of the event for all of you.
And comments.
If you want, I can.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. House.
The next item.
The art.
No,
one
One
N,
N.
one N. One
N.
N and two T's.
ETTE.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you.
El niño bucket is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Here.
from Madrid. Colombia.
Ellie.
Are we done with the fishing?
Yeah.
Like. Are you gonna read aloud what she wrote for the record
Okay.
or?
I won't be able to attend the rescheduled monthly meeting today. Please let me know next month's meeting. It was a great event. Thank you to Felicia, Susan, Charles, Councilwoman Marilyn Duano for attending. One Stop Bait Shop owner Lewis went above and beyond tending to the participants and provided bait, even more than what we purchased, and remained throughout the entire event interacting with the participants. We stayed within the budget and this year had 30 to 35 participants, including the fishermen and their families, who trickle in as event progressed. Next year, we should cut the event time from 8 AM to 11 AM because it gets very hot and folks started to leave around 10. We ended earlier than noon this year. Felicia sent winners' name and photos to the Miami Lakers, winners as follows.
Felicia, would you like to add something? I just wanted to add that I went around during the tournament and took pictures of the people that were fishing and the families and got all their names and ages. And then I sent it all to Linda at the Laker, and she sent back email saying thank you very much, and she would definitely be using those pictures.
Yes.
So I know it makes it a lot easier for her because she likes to have his name and age of, especially anyone that's under 18, obviously. Not above 18, we don't give our ages out. And- Right, and she said that she likes those individual shots. And there, so.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Sure.
And can I also add that it looks like it was a good thing that we cut from 70 of them a year before to 35 and half, because exactly how many people, 30, but still we had 5.
40, we counted all of us.
But I'm saying actual fishing for the bait and that, so that worked out great.
Yeah, no.
Cut it.
Thank you very much. Next item, Independence Day concert update. Am I gonna do?
Yes.
And then I'll
I'll pass on the attachment for you.
Thank you. Meanwhile, first thing I,
And I updated, by the way.
oh, thank you. 3,500, confirmed. Do we know the size of the showmobile yet?
Yes, it's the large one. It's the largest option they gave us.
Great,
I can get you a specific.
I have it. 27 by 16 by
Yeah.
42. Cool, thank you. It's like, great.
And all of these sponsors were basically because the word was out and then they responded to whatever package you put out there.
I think it's a combination of things. I know that we have on our website, like, calls for sponsors. I know some of you may have reached out to some contacts. Some of them are returning sponsors, and then there was also email sent out by staff to the old sponsors as well. So I think it's a combination of all hands on that.
Perfect.
I don't, by any chance, do we have any idea of the yard signs?
Yes, they're already in.
Okay.
And as you'll see, the fund zone sponsor is Memorial Healthcare System. So they are the ones that you'll see on that sign.
And do we know about the LED, what's gonna be playing on the LED screen? Has Jonathan
The
said anything
logo.
about that?
The logos, it's not anything, like, we're not creating a slideshow for it. We're simply sending the logos of the sponsors, as well as the town logo and the cultural affairs committee logo, and that's really just gonna play at random.
Okay. Okay,
Basically. Is our logo in there too?
Yeah,
Cultural affairs?
The cultural
The
affairs committee
culturals
logo
and the
and the
town.
town logo, yeah, will be on there.
So it's 8 of them.
is it gonna be in a loop or is that gonna be?
No, I don't think it's, it doesn't.
No, including cultural affairs in town.
Well, okay, so, it's not on your list here, but I think I sent an email to you guys letting you know that, Z was able to confirm an in-kind sponsorship for the trash boxes.
Okay,
Yeah, we did.
So we are gonna be honoring them, their logo as well, and their great waste. So you'll, so it'll be nice.
it should be 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be 9. Okay.
Okay, as you can see in front of you, I updated the budget to the latest numbers that we have. The cleanup went down $120 because Z was able to get those trash boxes donated, sponsored, so that went down. However, that's not a final number until after the event. Because if we go over by 11:30 PM and they still need the staff there cleaning up, it's $33 per hour per employee. So every extra hour that they're there cleaning is gonna cost $264.
Hard to control the crowd.
You say after 11:30?
After 11:30.
should be.
They're contracted from
Right now, they're
Yeah.
confirmed to
Yeah, should be
11:30.
happy for you.
That's the average.
6:30 to 11:30, it was 6 hours.
That's the fireworks.
I think it's 5:30.
What's your nine?
Yeah, so they're there throughout to make kind of, maintain and start picking up, but they will also need that additional time when everybody's gone to.
Right,
You know.
because even though the show's over 9:30, a lot of people don't leave. And by 11:30, we're playing it safe. And they also have to pick up
The
the
parking lot
lots
that are owned by the parent companies. Cause they
and
let us use.
where the
space.
fireworks is there.
No,
anything
no,
out
no,
there?
But it is both areas, the area, that's, the buildings adjacent to the Veterans Park. Or to Mary
all the
Todd, and the ones across the street where you guys use the lake, yeah.
So it's the parking lot and everything, so I doubt everybody's gonna be done at 9:30 and they're gonna be going out and out. 11:30 is the latest. I don't think did they go over last year?
I'd have to check, but I think this is an average based off of like
Yeah.
the previous years. Now, if the event keeps growing, which is not a bad problem to have, it may be more, but
garbage.
as of right now, we're estimating another.
Okay, so our 4th of July budget right now is 11,000. the food trucks were cut down from, paying $150 to $75, because it was, a deal that they made with the
Well-
farmer's market, Diego, because since he's using his trucks, they're paying him and us, correct?
So no, well, yes, but pretty much instead of us going individually one by one, you know, confirming each vendor and all their licenses and other requirements, they pretty much have that done for us. So they're just gonna give us one lump sum, and it's $75 per food vendor or food truck that's confirmed, and right now I believe we have 14 of them confirmed.
And, but one is, donated, so it's 13.
Yeah. So you're looking at a range of about
975.
975.
975. Coming in, that you guys can use those dollars obviously towards your expenses.
So we have the sponsor, there's a list of sponsors there, and she added another one that we had, pediatric,
Pediatric.
dentistry, their payment received, so right now we have confirmed and the money in hand for 3,500.
And then
That leaves another 2,000 coming in.
And then to add to that, the Spot Barber Shop told me that they will be dropping it off personally on Monday. And Memorial Healthcare always sends it in, so that's probably on the way in the
And
mail.
Miami Lakes Automobile always sends it in.
Yeah,
You get-
or he'll personally
Yeah.
drop it off.
You could just say.
Review, discuss the. Do we know, do we know anybody dropping off something besides the flags?
So I can tell you guys that. Out of these sponsors, I'll remind you that they all have the availability to have like a booth space. We just really provide the table. If they want to put a tent and, you know, hand out marketing materials at their booth, they can. So going down this list, the grant companies will not be doing that. They don't have anybody to stop it. Prestige Home Pros will have somebody there, so they're not sending their stuff in. They're gonna be getting it out themselves. Miami Lakes Automobile will be manning their table as well. I don't know if they're
So
giving
they're
out
gonna have
stuff,
like tables for them?
but yeah, so the
Okay.
ones that are having stuff, they're not sending stuff in. The
Okay.
Spa Barber Shop is gonna have a trailer out there,
Okay,
so
bless
they'll
you.
take care of their own marketing. And Memorial Healthcare System, as of right now, is the only one confirmed to send in stuff that they are asking us to assist with distributing. So we'll do what we did last year, that we'll just give that to the elected officials that they help pass out the flag, and then
So we
the
need to get
goodies as
public
well.
bags.
Yeah, we're ordering Amazon bags. I know you guys pushing the miscellaneous. for that.
Yeah,
Memorial usually gives the bags that have the memorial name of the.
they did
hospital.
not last year. Last year they
They
gave us
did,
the
but it was
bracelets.
one big one where they just stuffed everything.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't individual.
They
Yeah.
used to give me the individual.
And so we went out and got Publix bags or some kind
But
of
you-
bags and we just stuffed them all.
But I can
But they
let
had
you
more
know
things
Friday. I can let you know Friday if by any chance they send those bags this year, because it's on the way right now.
Okay,
they're goodies.
perfect,
So we'll
perfect.
see what they send.
Yeah, they give you.
And just
the-
let me
send
know.
The big box, you look at it, because usually they have those nice bags. I have a lot of those.
Yeah, last year was just the bracelet,
It was just a bracelet.
See?
And then the stuff that we had ordered, the beach ball,
which we didn't do this
No.
year. so.
no.
No money.
Okay, so you'll let me know.
If there's any stuffing to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put it together.
Yeah.
And we got that, the payments. The flags are here.
And I shared a timeline, a copy of a timeline with all of you, so you have an idea of, you know, everything. The only edit
Can I have
that
a
you
copy?
guys heard from, it's the second page of it. Yeah. The only edit that will be done to that is, as you guys heard, the chair of Veterans Committee. That the order was wrong for the national anthem and the pledge, so that will be.
Colors,
switched.
national action and pledge.
The colors will stay the same. It's just the
Right.
national anthem and the
It's
pledge
gonna
that will be
flip.
switched, so that's really, but it still happens at that same time, and he's gonna take care of making sure they're. And then you see the breakdown of the sponsors, you know, very important to thank them.
Who's the MC or?
So that's one of the details that I wanted to confirm with you guys. Last year, it was our chair,
Neil.
me. And I guess that's how they've done it previously, so I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, we've
want
always
it.
got our chair to do it. Felicia, you do it, you're the chairperson.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a little bit about the opening, the way you have it is correct.
Is correct?
Yeah, but the way he wants to do it, is that you always do the colors,
And
then you do the pledge, and then you do the national.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the correct way to do it now, but he's doing so. I just
Yeah,
want, I
I'm
just want
deferring
to
it
make
to
that.
him since he's running that. part
Yeah,
of it.
okay, I just want to make that.
Maybe he didn't see it correct. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he's out.
For the day.
Correct. way.
If you guys want, I'll send him an email
Yes, and
and I'll let him know that you guys want to keep it.
the colors, the pledge, and then
He seemed very confident that that was
whatever
the
the
correct
protocol
way.
is. But he said something about doing colors and pledge.
Do you really?
No, he said that we needed, from what I understood right now, we need a.
I wrote it.
With the
He
national
said
anthem.
colors, national pledge,
Exactly,
in that order, he flipped it.
but you guys are saying that what's on the
Well,
paper is correct.
you deal with him. From that
Okay, the
25.
day of the event, when he shows up, he's gonna put it that order.
I'll send him
Oops, I
an email
forgot.
now.
It's, you know,
It's okay.
it's okay, leave it that way.
Yeah, leave it like he had.
Okay, I think it would be a good idea also when we introduce in the timeline with this, not only the sponsors. We didn't have.
What were you saying, Felicia?
To also, recognize our DJ. I think it's gonna be
The music.
the music.
Mhm.
that has been provided on them. So we haven't done it before, but I think it'll be nice.
Do
to-
you mean the DJ or the band?
Both.
Both, the band
Okay.
and
The DJ name, I don't have yet because the DJ is whoever light
Provided
effects
by-
production, yeah, they do the whole
Orlando?
setup.
And he didn't give me.
But Orlando is just like the contact for the setup, he's not the DJ.
but we can talk about the.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's why I don't have the name here, and I think you guys already know, but I'll give you the information once again, the band is Tilt.
Tilt.
Yeah.
Go to the band and the DJ, you can ask his name when you get.
Yeah, I texted him to see what was the best time to contact him. And, because as you know, he said, a text about people want to know American music, more patriotic music.
Who did you text?
Huh?
Who did you message?
No
Tilt?
message, Orlando.
Oh, I already spoke to him and
Yeah.
everything was
No,
taken care of.
because I created a quick list that he can use if he wants.
Huh?
to.
Okay,
So I'll get in touch with him.
and for the fireworks, it's provided by the fireworks people.
Yeah,
That's.
so
The
the
last
thing
one
is that we don't know
Patreon.
which songs are in the CD for the
Okay.
fireworks.
Yeah,
So if you have
because
it-
they're the ones that provide it, I've been asking them the entire week and they haven't gotten back to me, so.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm sorry, now, when I spoke to Orlando, that same time. We discussed the DJ playing what he usually plays, however, incorporate some patriotic songs. Proud to be an American, born in USA, but not completely,
no.
Yeah.
No.
just scattered around in addition.
You know, American songs. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause the band is gonna be also, yeah.
So, but I think it's a good idea to have a good mix of songs.
A variety,
Please everybody.
variety, yeah. Okay, now, in addition, I'm gonna finish my, updated. So tentatively, if everybody pays, which I'm pretty sure they are going to, that makes our tentative budget 17,475. Our tentative amount that we're going to be spending is 14,954, which is, of course, it is over our $11,000 budget that was given to us. However, thankfully, because of the sponsorship, we're gonna be able to meet, or actually pay that, because we already have that. Will leave us approximately $2,500 left over to any miscellaneous expenses that come up, and or pass it on to our Symphony of Americas, that would be short. But however, we're not gonna be able to move that until afterward. Okay, I'm done with my report.
Okay, so give me one quick second to add that.
No problem.
So our alternative. Our budget is what?
Our tentative budget total is 17,475. This is how much we should be using, and that's how much we have left. You're welcome.
And Felicia, I believe you have, something to confirm with them about the Pledge of Allegiance, right? Or the singer.
The singer, yes. We have a gentleman, who always sings the national anthem for the Scottish, Highland Games. His name is Steve Recon, and he will not charge us anything to sing. And, he sings a cappella, so, I think all he needs is a microphone. I don't know if, I texted him today to see what else he needs. He hasn't responded back. But as far as I know, that's all he needs. So it's just.
So you need to
He's
coordinate with
gonna
the
sing
young
what?
Marines then, because they gonna play
Right.
music and then there's a guy singing, so you don't need but one.
No, the kids are not singing. According to William, the kids are not singing.
What is it you want the singer to sing?
The national anthem.
National anthem. Steve
Yes,
Recon.
that's the
Is it
second thing.
Is that?
It's
what
on
you're
the
talking about? You're talking
Steve
about
Albritton.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's the Marine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Vietnam veteran.
Oh, I thought I heard him say the kids were gonna sing.
Oh,
No,
that's-
no, I checked with William. He told me no. That's
So-
what I-
So now
Is
you
this
have to,
correct or is this wrong? That I'm confused. The timeline. Like that here, I put national anthem Steve and I put pledge the young Marines. Is that correct?
I think
Yes.
we can do it, yeah. According to him, that's.
No, but not so much the order. I just want to make sure I didn't mess up that the singer is actually just saying the national anthem. So this is correct.
yes.
Okay.
You're correct. No, you have it wrong. You have it wrong.
What time do we need to be there? And where should we meet? Or-
Okay,
Are you gonna have the tent like last year?
tent, if we could have it, I don't know who's gonna be there. I'm not gonna be there by myself setting it up and all that.
I guess what I just need to know, because I'm confused as to whether you guys are gonna have a tent or not. And if you are, just let me know so I can put you guys where the sponsors will be, because they will have tent, so it makes sense, there's another tent as well.
Yeah, definitely a tent.
The question is who's gonna be there?
And just so you guys know, the food vendors will start arriving at 2 p.m. And once they're done set up, I assume their setup isn't too long. They're gonna start selling, because as we know, families start gathering there very early
To get the
to get a spot. There will be refreshments and
6,
food
so
very early.
Whoever wants to come and.
And
help
where
us
should
out,
we meet exactly?
on the stage, and then we'll find out where our tent is gonna be. And I need like.
I'll send you guys the layout of where
the
your tent is.
table, have the table.
So the
And the
tent,
flag.
I'll make sure that the tent is out. I know you stored it in the closet. I'll make sure that it's out, but you guys do have to set it up. Because we're not setting up the tents for our vendors. I mean, what is it? The farmer's market is assisting anything that's food vendors, food trucks, and setting them up. But the sponsors themselves are bringing their own tents. They're just providing the tables and the 2 chairs for all of them. So we'll put a station for you guys as well.
So when they put the table and the 2 chairs, they cannot set up the tent?
They can, well, we have limited stock, so they're gonna bring that out. And then the vendors are putting out their stuff. I don't mind helping you guys, but it's gonna be.
So you're providing a table and chairs?
Huh?
Are you providing a table? and
Yes, for
chairs?
you guys, obviously, and for the sponsors.
Last year. So the tent, the tablecloth I have, and the 2 chairs.
You'll bring the tablecloth?
I have the.
But you have to carry the tent from the Mary Collins all the way to wherever you want.
I will be there, so will Jacob, so will Jonathan, but remember that we're running around, so it depends if you guys are arriving, if we have a moment, we'll help you.
Because last year it was all the way.
Well, because we didn't discuss this last year in advance, so I'm glad we're discussing.
Closer
it.
to the stage.
Yeah, closer to the stage or with the sponsor.
Yeah, the sponsors will be close to the stage, so we'll put you guys next to
Yeah, I
the
have the
sponsors.
American flag and I have and I need tights.
I
have
don't,
those.
I think.
I have those.
Zip ties?
Yeah, I have those. And then you brought the display of our different events that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the board-
update it. I mean, it's the same thing.
Don't update it. just
No,
bring
but the
it.
calendar, because I want people to see it.
Oh, the calendar, yes. Well, bring that because
Okay.
that's good.
So
That's
that's
a
important. That's
visual.
why-
Yes.
And the next items, we need to have the dates at least, so people can see it. I think that's about it, about what you like, right?
So to be there, what, at 5:30?
I'm gonna be there at 5:30, because
Your stage.
stage. Oh, so DJ starts at 6? I don't.
Yes.
DJ starts at 6, yeah. Since people get there early so that they have some music, even with the band.
Get
isn't.
food early, guys, because.
The band will arrive at 3 p.m.
The lines get very.
The band will arrive at 3 p.m.
Yeah. To do their setup and to do their sound check. And they've already been connected with the production DJ company.
Correct.
Mr. So pray for good weather. I think everything is.
Pray for good weather. That was very rough.
Last year,
no. But it's hot.
it's gotta be hot, so bring your
It was gonna be hot.
hats and some. And we move on to the next item. Symphony of the Americas.
What day is it?
July 4th.
Tuesday.
No, this.
Oh.
No, symphony. Okay, I typed out the quick report. I think I gave you a copy, so-
I printed the invoices for them so that they could approve it.
Yes.
August 12th.
Updated one, right?
Saturday, August 12th.
Everybody else anything?
Yeah.
I don't think you have one. Real quick, the church agreed, confirmed to have our concert Saturday, August 12th, from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Miami-Dade United Methodist Church, like we always have it. An update, the Symphony of America has submitted their event invoice. The original amount was $3,900. Last year was the same, so we tried to negotiate and they brought it down to $3,699. There's a budget, our budget is $3,484, so we're short. Hopefully, we can move some money from that other event when it's done. And we're waiting for your approval so we can start getting the sponsorship package to cover any fee deficit or other expenses that we may come about. The symphony and the church is still trying to coordinate because they say we need audio, and I think we do, all we need is a microphone to make announcements because the musicians don't need a special sound. And then after all this gets approved, we need to start promoting the event as soon as possible. We can create the promotional information, posters, and so forth. And then we need to request the Symphony of America to send us for the programs and any promotional material that needs to be added. And then last but not least, we need the event request form. Can you give me one so we can put it up?
Yeah, I'll read some of your or
And hopefully we can cover them up. I mean, they were nice enough.
That was good.
I mean, I
It's only a
tried.
difference of $215. I'm
Yeah,
sure we
they're
can.
struggling themselves, so they're applying for grants and stuff to cover their events. Because this only covers, I think, the orchestra or whatever.
It's one of my favorite events.
So hopefully we'll be able to have it, and let's pray that we have a great event. And please, you never been to.
I went once, I've been once.
Oh, and spread the word. I wanted to cancel there last year, and as I told in the last meeting, I was very disappointed that nobody from the town was there. Okay, that's about it. Any,
one,
wanna add anything?
again, so as you guys see, this invoice is $3,699. You guys have $3,484 in that line item. So in order for us to process that invoice, you do need to move funds to that line item. And also, I guess now's a good time to start thinking about whether I believe there's other expenses from my memory last year.
Yeah, we usually have food and And bottled water.
So we're
Do we
not.
have any event that we're over? No?
So as of right now, the only things, we're waiting on reconciliation from Spring Fling. And I know last year you guys, I mean, I know this year you guys cut your expenses drastically, like by half, and I believe for fishing tournament as well. So you should be able to move. All you're missing is $214.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have to move from either fishing tournament or from Spring Fling. You
That's
cannot
great.
touch 4th of July until that passes.
But I have a question. We already moved from paint a picture to the fishing tournament, $200. Do we have an updated, it says $550, but
Yeah, the 550 is the revised after after you took away this $200.
Right, but-
Spring Fling.
how long before we get, because we're already at the end of June and this was beginning of May. The only thing that it goes to that would be the paint that we bought. And you remember how much that invoice was?
I can pull up the invoice. I don't-
And I think the other thing was, I think miscellaneous water, because everything else,
So water, but we had, I think we have water left over. Oh, we use,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you guys purchased for that. So this is for Spring Fling. In a picture from,
You sing Spring Fling and I get.
Yes, I
confused.
it's because
Paint
it's,
the
I guess
picture
the
for
coding
mine.
is like that.
Yeah.
I think the paint was like 3 something, and that's why
Yeah.
we were able to move the 200 to Father's Day.
But did we end up moving it? Because
Yes.
they
Yes, it
have
was
not
moved.
taken place.
You'll see that the
We had
budget,
to.
the budget reflects that revised.
Yeah.
We had to because, and then the fishing tournament wasn't gonna have enough money to go through.
Okay. So then now we have to make a motion. So that way this can be paid. Is there a time that this has to be paid?
I believe, I mean, Lisa, I know you've been in contact with them, but I believe that they're not gonna like, we're not confirmed 100% until we make that payment, right?
Either.
Or will they
or
wait?
the deposit.
They,
Can we give us?
the way, I was talking to Sandy Riblet and she said that they don't wanna lose the partnership that we have for so many years. And they're being flexible, so doesn't mean that we need to have the money tomorrow.
But can we, they need to hold the date for us.
Yes.
So then we, okay, so do they need a deposit? Can we just give them a deposit?
But I know.
So it's not till August, so we said that there may be some money available after the 4th. We've just been.
But it has to be reconciled by
Yeah.
now.
It has to be reconciled. Will it be reconciled by then?
I think it's safer that we just move some money
Yeah.
now to make sure.
I
that-
just pulled up the invoice for Lick, which is the online store for Paint a Picture for Mom, and you guys spent $293 there.
Yeah. Yeah, 293, and what we had left over was 550, was that what we had the budget, available budget, 550?
Yeah, so 550 right now, that does not reflect Lick.
Right,
Okay.
and as far as we know.
And there was
We
550
didn't
there.
buy anything
No,
else,
buy anything else?
we didn't buy water,
No,
did we reimburse Charles for what he bought?
a paper towel
not
and
received
wipes.
I'm just asking, because I don't, I want people to get their money.
Yeah. Charles was great, thank you for going to Kobe.
So,
Okay, so
Money's
then I make a
available.
motion? I
If
make-
you guys want, we can revisit it. I believe you guys, well, again, because there's no
It's not
money,
official.
we can't, right, what am I gonna charge if I don't have $3,699?
Exactly.
So I'm saying in terms of revisiting the movement of the money at the July meeting, which happens in what, about 2 weeks?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because maybe like that will
For
have
the
the
budget,
updated
With
total
the
number,
budget,
yes.
okay, that works.
for the flick.
Yeah.
that's the
From
only-
Spring Fling and hopefully.
On the
that
paint the
tournament.
picture for
Paint the
mom.
Who wants
picture.
to make a motion?
Sorry.
Okay, well, I make a motion that we discuss the invoice of the symphony, covering the amount of the invoice of the Symphony of the Americas at the budget meeting in 2 weeks. No, it's gonna be around 2 weeks or whenever.
When you're
the
next, your
special
July, your regular meeting,
Your regular
or,
heading.
or actually whichever one comes first.
Because the
Yeah.
budget one. will
So
probably
whichever
come
one comes first.
Your second,
I'll second it.
any favor?
All right. So basically, we're gonna discuss that at the
Special
special
call me,
call me.
so that's gonna be before.
Moving from paint a picture or just discussing the
Yeah.
cost. You don't have
Yeah,
to even mention that yet.
And what will be left over will be 257, so. Really close.
So
this has to be in, in what meeting, what July meeting is? what
At the
July?
special.
July,
call meeting.
July
This is the next-
12.
Cultural affairs meeting.
Okay, the next meeting, the next.
Yeah, we have, that's why we need to do these things ahead of time, so we have time to,
Yeah. I would do it.
thank you, okay, next item, book talk, we need. Real quick. Report and also. Did I give you one of these?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because there's some dates here of events that we don't, you have this.
I need a copy of anything that's
Yeah.
passed out. Thank you.
I don't think that.
Do you need it back?
Well, basically, it shows July 4th, August 12th, and then we have a blank after the book talk for September, and a blank in October for Hispanic, and a blank in November for the culture and the
Fill it
fun.
in.
Huh?
Yeah, just.
We can just
Fill
fill
it.
it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready for the update,
Of the book talk.
Felicia? Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so, Elsa recommended an author. Her name is Janelle Cleaton. She's written several books and she's, a young lady who did not grow up in this area, but she is her roots are from Cuba. And so she has written some really interesting novels about the Cuban experience, the experience of moving from Cuba to here and actually living in Cuba, depending on which novel you're reading. This one's called The Cuban Heiress. So they're fun books. They're light reading, fun, interesting. I think our demographics match it very nicely. And that's what I kind of used to, when I approached the author and her publicist, to say that I think you'll get a really nice turnout because their demographics really match the topic that, Chanel writes about. And they seem pretty eager. They've been writing emails back and forth. The last one, they wanted clarification on what the setup would be, and we said that it would be the author zooming in. I understand the author lives in Coral Gables, but the moment that the author is actually physically present with you, that kind of adds.
They want money.
They want money and it adds
we
a
don't
little
have-
bit more to, the TLC that they need to have, but if they're zooming in, and we had great success with Alfred Joshi. She wrote The Perfumes of Paris and, two other books, an Indian American writer, and oh my goodness, it was such a great event. So I told her that, and our publicist, that we had such great experience with the last author that you'll get a lot of publicity.
Exactly. The social media, the fly.
Yeah, the town itself, the size, the demographics. So they seem like they're very interested. Now, the last email I got was that she's gonna be away from her desk, not checking emails from today until the 5th. So it sounds like we'll get an answer back. And they're also interested in selling books. So I did not make any commitment other than to say, that that we would be discussing that in this
Right,
meeting.
and we need to know the procedure.
And that we needed to know the procedures,
Right.
so that we weren't overstepping our position.
Because let's say they give us 10 books and we don't sell the 10, or let's say we sell the 10 books. To give them back the money that they want for those books, that would have to be a check from the town, correct?
I don't know. I have to check with.
Right,
okay, so that's
Because
why.
I think it would be easy if at least the person was here, but now it's kind of being passed on to the committee. Right?
Well, how about?
That's how I'm
or a-
understanding it.
Or a person, doesn't have to be necessarily her, just someone from her organization.
No, not her. Yeah, that they will send somebody, a
somebody.
representative to be here. That's
With
what
the
you're
books.
saying.
So
Yeah,
then
they'll be
the town
responsible for the
doesn't,
books.
then
We would all
the
be
town's not
responsible.
responsible for that money.
Exact. Okay. we could
Yeah,
all-
I can just reconfirm, and I guess we have time
We
From
said,
the fifth.
I just wrote, if you provide us the books, we'll make every effort to sell them. Any leftover books, if any, would be returned.
But then that sounds like the committee.
Yeah. And then we have paid
They would bring
postage.
their own
I
representative.
know that author that we did, the first one, she sold her books.
Right.
But she
But she was here herself.
Yeah.
With your
Okay,
herself.
Alicia, what do you wanna say?
Okay,
Is she doing Zoom or is she coming?
Zoom.
I think the idea of having someone selling the books for her, because we did that years ago, we had I think it was
2 years ago.
No, in another event that we had.
Yeah,
in
well, we
town.
just did it 2 years ago, where
Yeah,
she sold their own.
that,
books.
They had the people from Books and Books came and they sold the books. I don't know who they made, it was there.
Can we ask her if she could bring a representative and be there tonight at the Zoom
Sure.
and let her handle the whole thing?
Yeah.
She's selling, if she brings 50 books and she don't sell but
Because
20,
we've got so
you
many
take the
different
rest of the books with-
titles, and then that way they could
Exactly.
bring
and that'll get us, that'll get us.
10 of each title, and people can pick and choose.
And
Is she
also,
local?
she's local. She
Oh,
lives
yeah.
in Fort
Yeah.
Worth. But she was at, the reason I heard of her is because she was at Books and Books in the Gatewood. Talking about her novel. So that's why some of my friends went, and that's how. But again, in the last email, Suzanne said, if Chanel wants to come in person, she's more than welcome, but we don't have a budget to pay.
How much is she worth?
Oh, she didn't say,
They don't say,
because we're saying we don't have any money, which we really have. Oh,
it really doesn't
Our-
matter,
our
because we don't
event-
have any.
our event is tied with the
With
Christmas
the
one,
Christmas one.
so we only have $750. So, you know,
And we
we don't have money.
purchase food for the event.
Now-
lunch.
now what we're thinking about the food is, I'm gonna contact Amy from Vicky Bakery and have her give us some Cuban, food to, pastelito, croquetica, whatever, she'll do something for us, I know she will. And then last year, what we did is, everybody in the committee brought a bottle of wine, or a bottle of Prosecco, or a bottle of champagne, and that's what we gave. So that was free, and we could do the same thing again.
Because Mrs. Claus is, that costs,
Yeah,
that presentation.
yeah, well, we need her.
Oh, no,
She's-
of course, she's
yeah.
wonderful, but I'm just saying, that's where we have to save our money. for.
Exactly, okay, so that's the idea.
Do we have a date in mind?
That's it. Go
We
ahead.
we September 6th or 7th, we're asking them.
September 6 or 7 is the time.
The time will be from 6 to 9. Or 6 to 10. Or 9.
I can tell you that the last one you guys did with Author Joshi was
6 to
from
9.
7 to 8:30. That's what,
We put
that's what shows on the
6:30,
calendar.
we said 6:30 to 8:30.
And this is either Wednesday or Thursday.
6:30 greeting the people,
Uh-huh.
September 6th or 7th, we haven't told them either one of those dates would work for them.
And then I'll say that town hall was available. The
Those are, I believe, those are. the
Yeah,
dates.
those are the dates I
were-
got.
As of that, again,
Yeah.
what are the-
Can
yeah,
can we put a
September
tentative hold?
yeah, let me-
We
Okay,
don't know. And then 6:30 to 8:30, because we said at 6:30, we let the people in, they start to buy something, a little drink, and then we get them seated, and then the Zoom presentation begins at 7.
So
It goes 7 to 8, and then from 8:30 is QA.
So the event, we're opening the doors at 6.
right,
30.
6:30. And closing the doors at 8:30.
Right,
Mhm.
so we're gonna advertise the event for 6:30.
30 to 8:30.
Because it's during the week, 6:30.
So when are you gonna put the event so we can give them?
Well, she already said that just not coming back till after the holiday,
That's her publicist.
her publicist.
So we got time.
So we have
But Al is checking on us, and if it's still available.
yeah,
6
I
to
just
7,
put a hold for you.
She
guys.
put a hold.
No,
So we don't know yet if they're gonna even say that those dates work for them.
Okay.
That's why we're starting this.
Tentative.
Yes, everything's tentative, the 6th or the 7th. Hopefully one of those dates will work.
And there's no conflict with any other committee or town event?
No.
No.
Now, last year we did raffle off, we purchased some books and raffled them off, and that was a lot of fun. The
Yeah.
Audience seemed to really enjoy that.
Yeah,
So maybe we can do that again this year.
let's hope we can also invite the students. when we do that, too.
That was me.
That was me.
That was me. It was a success.
Got all agencies.
Listen, I'm pretty sure she'll give them extra credit too.
She really got the vibe
Oh, you know.
The worst scenario, we could raffle my book, read it fast so I could raffle.
Where is it?
Oh, over there, over there.
What?
Oh, Suzanne is gonna read it. I read it already. Suzanne is gonna read it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, got quite a few. Okay.
Okay,
You see what-
so let's hope that she responds on those days. Okay, okay, next.
Next.
Next. Okay, next is gonna be the new business, Hispanic Heritage Month dates. And holiday book reading dates.
Okay, so the Hispanic Heritage Month, which I am chairperson of, I'm already working on that because these things have to be planned way ahead of time. So, I would like to recommend to the committee that we have Hispanic Heritage event, which this year we will be celebrating Spain on Saturday, October the 14th. And I want to make that motion to set the date of Saturday, October the 14th as a Hispanic Heritage.
I second it.
event. Okay, Felicia seconded. Everybody in
discussion?
favor?
The time, the time,
Okay, well, the time,
From last year it was 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
And also, there's a hold from your email that you had sent me earlier. I have a hold on council chambers. Are you guys keeping it there?
Okay, that's the other thing I wanted to discuss. Last year, we've always had it in the chamber. You know, do we want to keep it there or do we want to go to Roberto Alonso? Or how do everybody feels? I think, what, Felicia, you like the chamber?
I like the chamber, I think if we do it at Roberto Alonso.
Okay, so then we're gonna keep the.
I agree with her, because if you do it at Roberto Alonso, that's gonna be more cost to us. Because we have to get tables, it's pretty much empty, we would have to get the tables and
We
then
still
more
get the-
decorations.
Yeah.
My opinion,
Yeah, that we
It's
can
gonna cost.
control it, we can control it better here. Yeah,
however, on the other side now, however, it was pretty packed
it was
last
bad,
time.
yeah, it was bad. But, you know, and people dealt with it, you know, and it's happened before. The Colombia one was even more packed with people than the Venezuela one. So, yeah, that's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll make
So
sure.
everybody's in agreement to use
Is
town
everybody-
hall,
Yeah, everybody in agreement to use town
Okay.
hall?
and promote it on Eventbrite,
I'm sorry?
and then promote it on Eventbrite.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and on TV also.
Okay.
That lady, that reporter, I'm sure she'll want to do it in Telemundo again, so we'll make sure of that. Now, I've already contacted a flamenco dance academy. And I'm in the process of working, you know, with her. I already told her that last year, the lady that danced in Venezuela, she didn't charge us. So I'm hoping that, you know,
So we'll have a subcommittee meeting before
yeah,
in September
definitely.
to go over everything.
Because I have that, I already have the balloon lady, Carolina, that I'll send me the email. I already spoke to her. And she sent me a proposal.
Yeah, if you can
$400.
just have those quotes ready so that the committee can approve it up the next.
Exactly. And then also I have the DJ already, DJ Felix, who's been doing it for
Yeah,
three-
for the last.
3 years, last
3
few,
years, I
yeah, 3 years. He's already on hold and he already sent me an invoice too.
Okay.
And then, as far as food, I'm gonna be meeting with El Pimiento Restaurant, since we always try to promote restaurants in Miami Lakes. But at the same time, I was thinking today that maybe, contact some people for paella. You could either have the seafood paella, you could have the campesina, which is with chicken, in case people are allergic to seafood. Okay, so that's another option.
And I
So
can help
any
you with some
ideas?
quotes,
Yeah, yeah.
especially the balloon. There's a lady here in Miami Lakes that does balloons.
And I think.
I personally like to have more than just one quote
Yeah,
to
definitely.
shop around.
Oh, no, definitely. I also contacted the lady that did the balloons last year. but she's moving to Denver and she suggested her another person. So as many quotes as we have, and then we'll go.
Let
from
me
there.
know the information that I need to pass on to get the quote.
Okay, what the
Okay, the name you mentioned was Carolina.
Carolina,
Okay, yeah, because she
that was
emailed
the
me,
email.
me to, you know, introduce herself because I'll.
But I'll send us an email about it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but then she, I think additionally reached out
Yeah,
to the
she-
chair.
Okay, she
So it's the
reached out.
same lady.
The same
okay.
one, the same,
But we can get, like you said, another.
the same one. I already have her quote and even the photograph. My folder here.
And as for the
photos of what
DJ, we
she's
can get
gonna
a
do.
quote from the DJ from 4th of July.
For the July.
There's a DJ for 4th of July. It's not gonna be the same DJ as you, right?
No,
Right, we can get a quote from that DJ that we're using for the 4th of July too. So you can do a better price now that we're using twice.
yeah, either one. This one is not bad at all, you know? This one is from 6 to 10 PM is $500. If you want it from 6 to 9, then it'll be $400. And it's somebody that knows that.
I'm sorry, I just want to keep getting more quotes and
Yeah, but at the same time.
especially we don't want to go over budget.
Exactly, but at the same time, you need to have quality and make sure that it's a person that knows and is familiar.
That's why I'm saying
and,
the
you
4th
know,
of July,
Exactly, you gotta be careful.
we'll know that
You know?
DJ.
Yeah, you can give a quote, that's no problem, just give me the information and I'll talk to him, no problem. Okay. All right, so basically, we're full force. Because I
So-
wanted to have as much as I can done, because God willing, I'm going to Portugal. September 24th, and I'll be back October 2nd. So before I go, I want to make sure everything is in place. So that when I get back on the 2nd, we're all set here. Okay, plus I always like to do events ahead of time.
Okay, so do you want to do your motion?
Motion about.
Yes.
Committee, whatever.
My motion. I
The
already
date.
made the motion on the date, October 14th, and it was already passed, yeah, okay? So the next motion would be a motion to set up a subcommittee meeting. Well, we're not gonna
Yeah,
meet in
we did.
August, we're not gonna meet in August.
We have to do it.
We don't meet in August?
August is bad, school starts in August.
Well, as of right now, you guys haven't canceled it, so let me know.
Haven't canceled.
As of right now,
Tradition.
The August meeting,
We don't have meetings in August? I'm
as
sorry.
of right now, that has not been canceled. That has not been brought to my attention.
Wait,
So just let me know.
Gave us all.
right, that was with Neil, but you know, we can do whatever, you know, Isle said she's got the date set up.
Yeah, as of right now, you guys still have a meeting. So just if you want to cancel it, that's fine, but just let me know.
There's a lot of things going on. So I need a subcommittee meeting so that I can present everything, you know?
I'll
get it
send you
approved.
available dates.
Right.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I make a motion that we,
wait. She hasn't finished making her motion. Right.
No, because I just, you know, I was trying to find out what we're. gonna
Also
do,
motions
because-
to create a subcommittee meeting to finalize the event for Hispanic Heritage by what date? Did you want to do
Well, I
August?
need to do August. I need to
Okay.
do August.
And
I
we
can't do
need,
any later than that.
we need also for the book talk, because
Yeah.
September 6th is really just
Yeah.
days into
Well,
September, so that would have to
If,
also
if
be.
it's possible not to do it the week of August 17th, because that's. the
Oh,
week
no, no,
before
I'm
October.
thinking of early August.
The subcommittee meeting?
Yeah,
Or the regular meeting?
Subcommittee.
Yeah, let's say whatever is available, let's say the first week in August, you have anything?
The first week in August, a subcommittee meeting for Hispanic heritage.
And book talk,
And book talk.
So you're
book talk.
okay, right?
To finalize
Nice.
that.
So one meeting.
One meeting.
Okay.
And then our September meeting stays, and that's when we vote and decide on everything for
Okay, but there
October.
is a regular CAC meeting in August. Do we want to keep that one or not?
I would say yes.
I would
Better
keep it
safe
just in
than
case
sorry.
something's still pending.
August, what you said you wanted the meeting?
What day is it in?
No, my,
August?
the
Which
first
one?
week.
the
subcommittee meeting is
regular
the
meeting?
first week in August.
Which is
But
what day?
I don't know, I was gonna let us know what's available, we don't know.
I'm not available the
August.
1st through the 7th.
Your regular meeting in August,
Is the 9th.
yes, is the second,
Our regular meeting is
the second Wednesday of the month.
8/9/23.
I'm not available the 1st through the 7th.
But that's a subcommittee.
That's what I'm thinking. I will be-
The subcommittee hasn't been set. I'm gonna get with Roxanne.
That hasn't been set. We're gonna figure out when we do it. Either that or the end of July, I don't know.
No.
No, no? Too many things, I don't know. The first week in August or the last week in July?
Or for the
Remember,
subcommittee?
we don't need quorums for subcommittees.
No,
only
you
we're
don't.
voting
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yes.
That's why she's doing it in advance, so she has time to then meet with the regular committee,
On the
so you
night.
guys can vote.
Exactly, exactly.
So when do you want a motion to create the subcommittee meeting? August what?
The first week in August, we don't know a date until Isle tells us. To be confirmed by Isle.
Yeah,
The
once
first week in August to be confirmed by.
once
Isle.
we confirm the date, I'll send an email to you guys.
But we're keeping our regular scheduled meeting of the ninth.
And we're keeping the regular schedule meeting on August.
Who seconds the motion?
I'll second.
You in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Awesome. Holiday book reading dates.
Okay. I just sent an email that, there was, I think it was December 16th of the date, but then the lady resent another email. I don't know if Esther got it, but she's,
Yeah, she did, because she responded to it.
okay. So there's 3 dates on December, the 3rd, which is a Sunday, 9th and 16th. We need to check with the theater.
You wanna come to the theater? Cause I'm meeting tomorrow.
Okay, I, on behalf of Esther, of course.
Do you have a preferred date?
I think the 9th will be better
Okay.
because the 3rd is a Sunday and I don't think.
No, the Sunday, no, I like the Saturday.
The 9th and the 16th, and then, and then she mentioned the 23rd of December, but forget.
No, that's too late.
That's
The
too-
16th is too close too.
I think the December 9th is the best
Yeah.
date.
Yeah. I'll bring it up tomorrow.
So we're
We have a
holding
meeting
December
tomorrow.
9th, the town calendar.
Right.
And Mrs. Claus is available on those days?
Yes.
As
I
of,
checked our last time, and I think it's the same one.
I know the town calendar because of here or because it's.
no,
events?
just so we know,
Okay,
I actually. Now
I
that
can
you guys
call
say that,
tomorrow and-
actually on the 9th, the town does have an event.
She was awesome.
the 9th, the town has an event.
What is
We'll
the
be having it at the theater.
I know it's separate, but just an FYI, because that's what Felicia was bringing up. The
Okay.
fact
What do
that
you
they're
have on the ninth?
the 9th, the veterans have scheduled their reindeer run for that day.
The run?
Their reindeer run, their 5K
On
that
Main
they do.
Street.
What
What
time,
time
at 8 o'clock?
Oh,
It's in the morning.
Ah,
It's from
okay,
8
that's
to
fine.
11.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, or is it?
That's not gonna conflict.
So we're talking about 2 or 3, right?
That conflict.
What time are
When
we
did we
talking?
have it last year?
You guys,
Yeah.
the last 2 years have been at 12.
Actually, it's great. We could pass out flyers at the reindeer
As a
run to all
run.
the families, since they come back in the afternoon with the big ones.
So is the 9th at 12,
For the veterans.
Main Street.
Well, let's see if it's
The
available.
other thing is
child
like
for them.
to tell you, but we, when the run ends until, because I know that the runners do stay around. And if they finished, what time more or less? 11 noon.
For the parking. Right.
Only the parking.
Does the run?
No, it's not the parking, because
They walk.
the 5K takes place in veterans. Park.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
that's
the
right,
veterans.
that's right. the veterans. Okay.
So then it does interfere with the parking lot
It used to
either.
be in Main Street many years ago.
Yeah, it used to be on Main Street.
Oh, so the veterans doesn't conflict with us. then.
So the
veterans
reindeer
park.
run's gonna be over in the veterans.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of parking, no
Yeah,
problem. And they'll all, it'll be done super early, but we could still be there and we could let people know that that afternoon,
Yes.
we're having an event. Because it's a lot of families. I attend that reindeer
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll send her an email now to see if she can hold the 9th.
Right.
Because right now she's holding another date for us, so I'll tell her to
Yeah,
hold the 9th.
the 9th, and I'll confirm with
With Esther.
and Susan.
Esther is the chair of that
Yeah,
one.
the chair.
12-9.
So do we put new business on the Friday as well?
That's the next thing.
That was added and.
Wow, we're almost done, working our way.
Out at concert.
Anything? No?
Concert in the park, no?
Okay, so
We did the concert?
did we make a
Business.
No, we didn't do
So we need to make a motion about the holiday book reading date.
it. Okay.
in time?
A motion.
12 noon or 1, you wanna make it 1 or 12?
You can make the motion and we discuss it and then.
Huh?
One.
Yeah,
One.
I was thinking just that. Let's move it to one, just in case, because kids do run. Yeah, might be too tired and everything and
They definitely run. I tell them all the time, stop running.
And even though we will be at farmer's market and at karate school,
Yeah.
so we definitely have to see if we can get some kind of flyer at that karate
Yeah,
school
we
right
got
next
some
door.
kids last year, yeah.
Yeah, we brought them in.
Because
And
yeah,
I brought kids in from the farmer's market.
yes,
Yeah.
that's why that's a great location to
Is
bring
there,
people
is
in.
there a motion for the holiday book reading dates or times or no?
Okay, I make a motion to hold the holiday book reading. Mrs. Claus on Saturday, December 9th at the Main Street Theater at 1 p.m.
I'll second it.
Yeah, so I was telling you that.
At 12 noon? and-
No, one
p.m.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
go back to the Thursday one. The next meeting. We still don't know, we have money for them, right?
The next meeting.
For what?
Yeah, we
Now,
we'll table that one.
Yeah.
Concert at the park?
The concert in the park, we have to.
The one that last year rained so much.
Yeah, but
That's
We
next
have-
fiscal year.
yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
following.
yes.
Yeah,
Something-
so
Even
does that-
December, even the December is the next
This is-
fiscal
Yeah,
year.
but
We needed to let her,
yeah, but she needs to.
Okay, so we haven't voted on the motion for the date and time.
okay?
She made the motion.
Suzanne,
I
seconded it,
seconded
and all in favor?
Aye.
Against.
Do we have to make a motion to hire Mrs. Santa Claus or whatever?
So right now, Esther had been in communication with the person that we normally, the company, and that's why they gave us dates. So right now, I just sent her an email asking if she can hold it for us. And holding means like that, we know what, you guys know what you're getting for your budget, and like that, we can put a deposit down. You
And
know,
we already have.
when that
amount?
time comes. Sorry?
We already
How
have.
much
amount?
is she, will she charge?
No, you guys, we haven't even had budget hearings yet.
No, but we have some.
How much?
How much, I can tell you
Yeah.
what it was last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we can't really book her, we can.
Yeah, that's why I asked her to hold. Right now, nothing
Hold.
has been.
Right, we can't really book her until we know how much and how much we got.
So last year. Mrs.
And I'm pretty sure she'll tell us, I need to know by November
Yeah.
something.
The invoice last year. Was for a total of $500.
So that leaves us $200 for that. Okay, what? Everybody.
The December's in the next
Bring your own
fiscal year.
bottle.
Right. No,
That's in
that,
the next.
she's
That's
talking
why
about the
we're-
next fiscal
That's why we're
year.
talking about holding the date with the vendor, because we don't have those dollars confirmed yet.
But then if it wasn't that much, $500 that we already spent for this year's budget, then we only have 200 left for the book.
You won't be coming in person.
No. But she might, but she's free. We made it very clear, we can't pay.
When is the,
Everybody bring your own bottle.
when will we know our budget and what was approved? After we
The
update
budget
it?
hearings. I can check. the calendar.
I know we're meeting. The subcommittee, yeah, that's next.
The second budget hearing, with council is September 26th.
And that's when we should know what our budget is gonna be.
I don't want to tell you 100% because I don't know how those things work, because you know it. If not, I have to go back to finance and confirm.
Right, we have two budget hearings, we have to vote on the budget twice,
Uh-huh.
and then after that second budget hearing is when the budget is finalized.
And then that's when. we
That's
know.
when you'll know what
Okay.
your exact numbers are. going to be.
So September 26th,
Okay, around.
which
After-
is like a
after.
few days before your fiscal year starts.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Any announcements?
Well, we're not done. We added something to the agenda,
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
but I don't want to I think there were more than one thing added, right, Felicia?
That was it.
No,
That was it.
it's
One thing.
So we just added,
Addition and deletion, you added this, item 6E.
Mhm.
the
Okay,
Friday night
6
proposal.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's incorrect, but it's 60 on your
Right,
agenda.
15. Okay, so at the May 10th meeting, we had added under new business Pride 2024, but it had to be deferred because we're running, it was a long meeting, so we just deferred it. So we added it again for this meeting. So we had mentioned and discussed that we would send a letter to the council asking for feedback since Pride was approved in 2021. But we haven't been able to get an activity or event approved. We, first year talked about a Pride awareness booth at the farmer's market and then some kind of a celebration later in the evening at Shula's. And with music and light refreshments, and that was not approved. The next year, we just went with the booth at the farmer's market. We dropped off any kind of celebration in the evening. And that did not get approved. And then this year, we talked about, again, the farmer's market food for awareness, information, resources, and then have event at the theater and with the Main Street Players, short plays, poetry, some music with refreshments. All the events have happened, but they've all been done by, ourselves as private citizens, not as cultural affairs. So we talked about sending, I don't know if you call it a memo or just a letter to the council asking for feedback to say, well, what would you be comfortable with? Do you have any suggestions? So the next time we come around with ideas, that will have a more positive outcome. Something that, so we worked on a draft. And Z was kind enough to work on a draft for us. You want to share that now?
So we had mentioned a few ideas that we had, just Suzanne and I going back and forth regarding some of the options that we can possibly put forth in order to maybe foster or sponsor an event that is informative, inclusive, and overall culturally, not just relevant, but culturally transparent and open to everyone that wants to participate. We had also discussed a few ideas for some fundraisers where we can host any kind of event that will maybe have, for example, we thought about an art exhibit where we can have the art auctioned or sold, and then those funds would be donated to some kind of LGBTQ organization of our choosing, or someone or some organization of need, maybe an organization that is helping children or that, does adoptions for this, that, or whatever. We discussed a gala event that maybe we can host somewhere. We do have members of the town that are willing to donate their houses and their properties to have these events and to host these events. It could be something black tie, it could be something with a theme, it could be something of that nature. I just want to make it very clear that it's not going to be a trans, what is it called when it's not going to be a drag show, it's not going to be a comedy show where, no, it's something that we want it to be, family oriented and family friendly. So those are some of the things that we were discussing in order to put together a more precise email to send to the town council.
For right now, we want to discuss and make a motion, or make a motion and then discuss and vote. If we all agree that we'd like to just send an open invitation to the council to give us ideas of what they would be comfortable with. So that we can plan, and then when we go in front of the council, which we have to do whenever it's a first time event. It won't, just,
We want them to be involved, in other words,
Involved, and
with
so
whatever it is that.
it'll be approved
want to-
rather than
Yeah.
not approved. Because these have all been very successful as we've done them as private citizens. In fact, I don't know, Charles, would you like to say something about the theater and how successful that was standing?
Yeah, the
room
theater
only?
opened up to allow us to do our show on Saturday. Standing room only, very tastefully done. I think it started about 6:30. We got it at about 8:30.
Local talent.
Local talent.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the way I feel is that if you're already doing that on your own, why does the cultural fair committee has to be involved with that?
Because it's a cultural
Because
event.
it's a
That's
cultural
not a
event,
cultural
just like,
event.
just like,
Fishing is a
just like
cultural
Black
event.
History,
That is, to
just
me,
like
that's
Black
not a
History
cultural
Month, just like Hispanic Heritage
Yeah,
Month.
it's-
They all in the same way.
I don't think we need to be involved in that. I think if you want to do it as private citizens, go ahead and do it, but I don't feel that the cultural committee needs to
So-
be involved in
So
that.
should we do Hispanic Heritage the same way?
It's called Hispanic Heritage. That's the way it is.
Well, this is called Pride.
Well.
Well,
that's just
right
my
now,
opinion.
we're just,
Actually,
right, and right now, we're just discussing, it's already been approved by the council. The council
Oh, the
already said
same
in
thing?
2021 that they approved that we have an event, but we just haven't been able to come up with the exact type of
When-
event that the council is
Exactly,
comfortable
but
with.
when it was approved, there were 3 events that were approved at the same time.
So I would just
Yes.
want to make a motion that we invite the council to give us feedback and what type of event that they would be comfortable with. Nothing more or less at this point. And then from there, make plans. That's my motion. Can we have it, if someone would like to second it, and then we'll discuss it. Mhm.
The second,
I think there's a misunderstanding that the council approved the 3 events. It was done, I know it was written down, but in the writing portion does not say exactly what happened in the video. And I have the video. There were 3 items. The Earth Day, the Pride Month, and Mother's
Sanctity
Day,
of Life.
Sanctity of Life.
Mother's Day.
Okay, the sanctity of life was not presented at that moment. And the council, actually, the mayor said, why was not included? If you watch the video, I'm not making this up. It says, I would approve this if you include the Mother's Day event. Okay? Neil said, we'll do it. That event, it was during the pandemic, so it was on Zoom. The 3 people that were present in that meeting were you, Elsa, Carla, and
And Willie.
Willie was the liaison at the time. The motion was, and we changed it. We took out the religious portion of it, like the mayor wanted. We said, okay, let's do the gift of life or whatever. It was approved with that condition. The committee voted down that event again. So remember, the council created this committee. We cannot go against what the council says, and at the last meeting, they said no. Do it on your own. You're free to do whatever you want on your own. Don't say that the event was approved. It was approved by condition and the committee voted it down because they didn't want it. So the committee, whoever voted in the majority went against what the town council requested. Okay? And you can clarify that, you can watch the video.
Oh, wait, hold on. My understanding, what you just said, there was 3 events, Earth Day, Pride, and the Sanctity of Life. I don't remember. It was something to do with the original.
No, the sanctity of life is a proclamation that was made by Reagan during his administration to support the pro-life movement.
And is that
That is
cultural?
exactly what sanctity.
And that's
of life is.
cultural.
That's documented.
That was,
Now, if somebody else is in or served
committee
that.
Voted it down because we agreed that that shouldn't be held, that event.
Because we already do a Mother's Day
So-
event.
If I'm understanding correctly, since we didn't do that event, the other two are nullified?
No. The thing was that the bill was brought up again and the council voted against.
The council voted against the options that we had because they agreed that we hadn't detailed our event enough, but they never said you can't have it.
Accommodate the Koreans, and we said, we will do it to celebrate motherhood. And we do, you know,
But that event, but we're talking about the Pride event, I'm confused.
watch the video, it was with that condition. That they included that other event in it,
What condition are you talking
The
about?
celebration of motherhood.
Uh-huh.
yes.
Be included with the Earth Day and the Pride. Okay, so then what happened that we kept Earth Day, but we didn't keep Pride? I'm just,
Or the celebration of motherhood. Even.
right, but if you're saying it had to be all or none, then how did we get Earth Day and how did we keep Earth Day?
So I can't speak from history because I've
Because.
barely been here 2 years, so I don't know about what Felicia's, but I'm sure that's all on the record. I can tell you about why Earth Day happened, and that's because this committee, when the fiscal year started, or actually a few months before, you guys workshopped your tentative calendar of events. And in your tentative calendar of events, you guys included Earth Day. And you guys also included Pride, but obviously it was a new event, so then you had to go to council, and that's when that didn't pass. But I will say that that's where those two were included in this fiscal year's calendar per the Cultural Affairs Committee recommendation. And I believe you guys talked about that other event, and you guys at that same moment said, no, we don't want to do that. That was the vote take.
And Earth
That's
Day
all
has been
feedback I
done,
have for you.
and Earth Day has been done by the Cultural Affairs Committee.
I would have to
Yeah.
look back. I have
Yeah.
not in the time
Yeah.
I've been here, so I can't speak
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted
Right.
to let you know as to
Well-
how that came about.
Well, Trinette brought it to our attention a couple of meetings ago, that her understanding and interpretation was that it's been approved. We just haven't been able to
Come in
come
agreement.
up with an event that passes, you know, the litmus test to, that's something that everybody can be comfortable with. And so that's what we're asking.
And the
Just
last time at
something-
that meeting, you keep getting me wrong with Renee. Ray Garcia asked specific questions about the play, and we were not able to answer or go into detail. So that was an additional reason we weren't prepared for it, and that's why they denied it again.
And that's why starting early, because it would mean it's almost a full calendar year, we'd get some ideas from the council. And then we could put something together and work.
Present it
together.
again.
Because Pride is another month to be celebrated, just like Hispanic heritage and Black history. And Asian American, and I mean, there's almost every month in the calendar now. Has some type of celebration, Scottish American in March, or Irish. Well, our demographics don't really fit that. We had that discussion.
But it was something that was celebrated for over 10 years. We just stopped 2 years ago. Due to
Well, the
budget.
demographics of Miami Lakes have changed in 10 years drastically.
No, I completely understand,
So,
but it was something.
Well,
that was
anyway,
celebrated.
but we're not talking about the Scottish Irish. We're just that. It's been. The motion has been made, it's been seconded, so I guess it's just a matter of voting to decide whether or not. to
Can you repeat
proceed
the motion is for to approach the council as to what?
To ask.
So approach the town
council-
council for ideas for possible Pride events in 2024. Charles seconds. We discussed.
They go around and get the votes, Zeke, please.
Okay, so the motion stands. Charles has seconded. Elizabeth?
Aye.
Aye. Felicia?
No,
No.
Ben?
Carla.
Charles?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 no's and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses. Motion passes.
And please document who.
I'm not going to put
Say
people's
no.
names on here. but I'm
Yes,
not-
that's the way it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
There
is.
rules that we don't put names on these. things.
No, what rules? No. You have to document when anyone goes against I will, I will move 5, 4, and 4. No.
I'll get a clear, okay.
Yes,
I'll get a
please clarify
clarification
that.
from the town attorney for you guys.
Please.
I don't believe it because I don't believe so, and I don't wanna be
There
quoted
is-
100%.
that's Robert's
The
rules.
reason I mentioned this is because in your last minutes, you guys don't do it. So if you guys are gonna stick to that, you need to do it for all motions, not just specific
Okay,
ones.
and the reason.
So
that I'm
I'll get
saying it is-
clarification from the
Please
town
do,
attorney.
because the reason I'm saying it is because I was told when I was secretary that I had to document if anybody voted against.
Okay. No, she definitely needs to document if the motion passes or not.
Yeah.
5, 4.
I'm just saying in your other minutes, it hasn't been done, so
Well, and I
I'll
told-
get clarification for all of you in case any of you ever take minutes.
Okay, please, thank you.
Okay. Announcements?
Any announcement?
Announcements, there is a art, just so that everybody knows, in August, which is right around the corner, there's going to be, Bull Run Road, right here, 15505 Bull Run Road, a black and white abstract art exhibition by CK Gallery. That's Karina Kamel here, and Linda from the Lakers said that that will be announced the next two Laker. It's a black and white abstract art exhibition right here in Miami Lakes.
In August.
In August.
She give you a date?
Yes, she did.
Oh, you see it on the Laker. Bull Run, you said, right?
Mhm.
15505.
And it is, August 3rd, from 5 to 8 p.m.
Good to know.
And doing that, maybe we'll get some ideas if we ever want to do another art exhibit here in town.
Art fashion.
Yeah, we need to fill the gallon or something.
All right.
Okay, next meeting dates?
Is
August,
August,
you have an
announcement? August 9.
I was the announcement?
Do we have anything in July?
Sorry. I was just visiting because the last time that you presented to the council, you were a little short on your 4th of July budget. So I came to visit to see if there was anything that you needed from the council to fulfill your obligations with that one event, but I'm glad to hear that you got sponsors and that all is well.
Thank you. And it's gonna take place. So the next meeting
Okay,
is
next meeting?
August 9.
August 9.
Nothing in July?
That's what I was asking.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That's what I said.
July 12th is the next meeting.
Oh,
July 12, it's gonna be the special post.
No, July 12th is our regular meeting at 7 p.m. Our standing.
well, maybe we'll have.
12. That's,
Mhm.
oh, no, I have the wrong. It's 2 weeks. Yeah, I know.
No, this is so late.
I have the wrong year. July 12.
Maybe
So
that by
the
then we'll
regular
have it
meeting, we're gonna go over the
book talk, maybe.
book
I'll
talk.
have more information.
Book talk
I
and
know.
the council
Have you read?
And
I have not.
Hispanic.
and the Hispanic.
She wrote next year in Havana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And she's Reese's book club pick.
yeah, that one was recent.
Okay,
so the July 12th, you said, and we're gonna. Felicia, you mentioned something about July 12th, we're gonna meet for. Just a regular.
July 12 is a regular.
And August 9th is a sub.
On the subcommittee, I don't know.
No, the subcommittee, they haven't been. given.
Another lawyer turned writer. It's like Jeff Grisham. No, so many lawyers and writers.
So the book, we're gonna talk about the book talk and the Hispanic.
Right.
In the July meeting.
And who's gonna chair that next one, actually?
The subcommittee
Mhm.
meeting?
I believe Felicia, right, the workshop budget thing?
Oh, the workshop. Yeah, that one's first.
Okay.
What workshop?
So Felicia will work on the date together, so like that you can send me an agenda.
That's fine.
Hi, thank you. So we'll work on the date together.
Okay, budget meeting is.
Because the next budget meeting is on the 11th and we meet the
So we
12th.
need to work on a special call.
That's why.
And special call will require four.
Okay, special call.
So if you guys want to make a vote, because it sounds like that's what you want to do, right? Change what was
Okay, we'll.
submitted. So no, she's asking,
Wait,
so it's a special.
yeah.
Yeah, special. No, we don't need a quorum for the subcommittee.
call. No, but
No,
for
but
the
you're-
special call.
For the policy, yeah.
Okay, we're on.
So you're doing a special call before our July meeting to talk
That's
about
what
the
she's
budget?
referring to because she made the suggestion
Yeah,
for
because
us
we need
to
to get-
revise the budget.
Revise the budget unless we can move on. We have to move the money. The
Okay,
money from whatever's left over from July.
That has nothing to do with the budget that you're talking about. The money from Fourth
That's
of July
why.
is this current fiscal year and the budget you want to present is for next fiscal year.
Oh, okay, got it.
so we need a special call for that one, or can it
That's
just
what
be a
Felicia-
subcommittee?
I mean, you guys would have to agree on this. If you want to change it, remember, you guys agreed and voted on a budget that was already submitted.
Yes.
Felicia from what I hear wants to make revisions to that as a
I
whole.
don't want this.
Okay, but yeah, so the committee wants to make revisions, and for the committee to make revisions,
We
there
have to
needs to be a vote. Therefore, in you need quorum, it needs to be a special call.
Okay.
If not, then it stays the same.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay, adjournment. 8:47, we went over our time. Okay.